Today it's time for the very first viewer tournament. An idea that we've wanted to execute for, I want to say like 3-4 years at this point, and then we never did. But today's the day. Today's the day where we'll actually check out some of you guys live on stream. Currently, there are 68 players registered for this event. I suggest we need one more. Either way, today we're going to be checking out some of the games from all of the participants over here. I'm very excited for it. Over the course of the next couple of minutes, the bracket will be generated by Mr. Drone Rush and Nuke, who will be doing most of our refereeing today. Should be a lot of fun. They'll be in control, so if you have any complaints about any of the things, just, you know, don't tell me. Tell them, you know? It's like a MOBA. Blame my teammates. Don't blame me. That's, even though it might be my fault. So, to clarify, this tournament was open to everyone below 4,400 MMR. So basically, everyone in Diamond, like Diamond League 1 and then below. So between Bronze and Diamond 1. What that does mean, though, is that I'm a little concerned that in round 1, there's going to be like two players that have never played a multiplayer game before. So like below Bronze League, facing off in like a 7-hour-long best-of-3 series. Anyways, I can imagine what I'm trying to get at. That like for some players, they're going to be stuck in a round of 64, whereas everyone else is already in the round of 16. You know what I mean? That sounds like me, Lowko. That's gonna be me, yeah. As far as the first place prize goes, by the way, I was thinking about this for a little while. So since this is a for fun tournament, and since I don't really want to stream with a stream delay, we don't have any money on the line. I'm just gonna assume that we all have a gentleman's or a gentlewoman's agreement, right? Whatever. If I'm assuming we have an agreement here where we're not gonna be watching the stream if your game gets casted. Either way, the winner of the event will get a coaching session with me if they want to. I don't know. I figured maybe that would be fun. Lowko, how long is this tournament gonna last? Because my parents are gonna be pissed if it goes on until 2 a.m. Okay. So, generally speaking, the way it works with professional tournaments is a round of 3, right? So, or sorry, a best of 3 usually takes about 45 minutes to an hour. A best of 5 can take about an hour and 15 minutes. Usually that's like a reasonable expectation. That being said, that is for people at the pro level. So, I don't know, man. It might take a while. So we have the round of 64, round of 32, round of 16, round of 8, round of 4, grand finals, right? So we have quite a few rounds. I think we should make a full stream. But then again, it could also be very one-sided, and it could be over very quickly. Who gets to be on stream? Excellent question. Obviously, since initially in the round of 64... there's going to be a lot of games being played simultaneously. We're just going to be joining one of them. And I'm mostly going to be joining people that I am familiar with in the Twitch chat. So if you are a regular here, I would like to cast your game primarily. But it's mostly up to Drone Rush and Nuke, who are basically going to be inviting me into a lobby. All right, let me actually get Rushy in the call. Let me see if he's here. Yo, what's up, man?
Detected. Gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, one and all, to the first annual LowkoTV Viewer Tournament. My name is Rush. Well, do you want to do this once a year, or do you want to do it once a week? I'm just giving you an option now.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man. I can do it regularly. I hope it works out well. I'm actually excited for it, dude. It should be a lot of fun.
All right, everyone.
Monthly might be a lot, but like we can definitely do it regularly. Yeah.
All right, everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow for another iteration, LowkoTV Viewer Tournament number 2.
The 2 Bronze League players are still playing a round of 32.
Confirmed.
They're playing the 20-minute long early game.
Hey, Lowko, we need to talk about something important, though.
What is it?
How are we gonna handle our openings?
Our openings?
So we have to introduce players.
Oh, you can take all the honors. I'm okay with that.
All of them?
I mean, if you feel really keen on doing them, that's fine. We can also take turns. We can do one each.
Can we hold hands while we do it?
Virtually, sure.
Okay.
How can we be 6 foot apart otherwise?
Subscriber
Like, I mean, you have really
That's
long
true.
arms, I assume, right? Like, you know, you're like 12 foot, so like, you probably have 7 foot arms at least.
It's not the only thing that's 7 foot.
You have long toes? Like what? Thank you, Passion Fruit Mojito, for the sub. Thank you. Hey, I can see a bracket, Rushy.
Are you telling me you're in charge of your own event?
Wild. Well, the last time around that happened on Discord. I accidentally gave everyone admin privileges, so I don't know if it's a good thing.
Lowko leaked the code? Oh no. All right, new Among Us lobby.
Yeah, so some people got buys, which means that they basically get thrown into the next round right away, which is very convenient. So basically every round until the finals is best of 5, or best of 3 rather. So the finals is best of 5, but everything else is best of 3. Protols OTP got a buy. There you go. No, there's not an even amount of players. Look at Valornin, dude. Valornin also got a buy. This man could have literally slept 2 hours.
Get roasted.
Wow, get roasted, Val. Actually, he's not even in Twitch dead anymore, so I'm pretty sure he's already asleep. He just had to check in and then he AFK'd. I'm so mad about it, he says. Yorono, we have Mooney. Lowko, I don't know any of these people. I mean, it's not my fault. Where's Neep? Oh, these are the pro gamers, bro. Pro gamer Pokelix. That's why his name starts with a P.
All right, Lowko, let's go ahead and get into our first interview here, and then we're gonna take a 5-minute break, and then we'll talk about our predictions, and then have a 3-minute break, and then we'll cast game number 1 and take a 2-minute break.
I'm already hurting, Rushy. Please. My favorite is whenever it's like an offline event. And this, like these days, people are pretty good at it. I haven't done that many offline events, but I remember like one of the very first ones I did. They were like, okay, first game is starting in 20 minutes, but we'll get you guys on camera. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. And we're like, what do we do for 20 minutes? Like I can fill 5 minutes. That's fine. But like 20 minutes, you just throw the camera to us, really? That used to be a thing. These days, you know, producers also know that that's probably not great. Now, vetoes usually can be pretty quick. But I can imagine for a lot of people, this might be the very first tournament they're ever doing. So they're like, vetoes? What is this? How does this work? So real quick, in case you're unfamiliar, in StarCraft 2, there's 7 maps in the current map pool. Basically, we take turns into like eliminating maps. And then we choose the order of the maps and the games that, you know, will be played. And obviously, if it's a best of 5, you only get to veto 1 map each. And then you choose the order. If it's a best of 7, you can't veto anything, but you can choose the order. Which is usually why something like Beckett Industries is like the last map that gets played. Lowko, do I have to veto? I don't even know the maps. Well, there you go. Veto the maps you definitely don't know. Maybe you've seen 1 or 2. I don't know if you caught the MMR of Demo by any chance, but the Master League border, it's a bug. He's in bronze.
We got him ready.
All right, Russia, you wanna do the honors?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to our first series of the day here for the LowkoTV Viewer Tournament, brought to you right here on twitch.tv/LowkoTV. Our first player spawning in the top right-hand corner. It's our purple Protoss player playing for Team Lowko. This is Rextor.
Woo! I'm hyped, Rushy. Let's go. We have like 6 hours of this, but actually, you have to cast the other event later as well, but it doesn't matter. His opponent in the opposite corner with the green Zerg drones. Our true Bronze League hero. Give it up for Mr. Demo. Ooh. All right. Now, right from the get-go, I believe Rextor was Platinum League, if I'm not mistaken. And Demo, I mean, it's the first round. He's in bronze. How do you feel about this, Rushy?
I mean, the Protoss player was going to win from the get-go because they're Protoss, so...
Wow.
And I know Rextor's probably still listening despite playing the game. So, Rexy, I hope you have all your carriers blown up.
Wow.
Take that.
I don't think the game is going to go to carriers.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, we do have a Zerg players going into the very, very early pool. Now, I like this. Look at this. Taking the drones, dropping off their minerals. They don't want to waste that. The team at Alpha Swarm taught Demo well. You never waste minerals in the Zerg base.
It's very true. Yeah, even saved up larva too, just to make 6 Zerglings all at once. Now, Rextor should be 100% safe against this, assuming the wall is correct. The Cybercore looks a little far back, but I don't think it really matters all too much. On this map, it is a little bit tricky to wall, actually, because you have, like... You can technically wall with, like, 2 structures, but it's tight. This map is a bit memey. He does need to build a Zealot, though. I'm not sure exactly... Okay, there's the Zealot.
Yeah, he's going to have the Zealots come out here, and I think that is going to be fine. He should be able to drop the second gateway in enough time. Now, with this being Nexus first Lowko, I mean, this is a good opportunity for him to expand his economy a little bit behind this. All he needs to do is kind of hold this down, but I'm a bit concerned about the positioning here. The building is going to go down. He's actually going to be a full wall as it sits right now, which is smart. Oh wait, no, it's not a full wall. Is that going to be opening on the right hand side?
No, I do think it's a full wall. The prop actually helped out there for a little bit, which is gives him barely enough resources. So 4 Zerglings, if microed perfectly, can, I believe, barely take out a Zealot. But it's not great. If the prop deals a little bit of damage, though, which it ended up doing here, it's going to be A-okay. Adept will be coming up very soon.
Yeah,
no tech structure yet, though. It's going to have to be a Stargate, right? Oh, no, never mind.
Well, and yeah, he's got to rebuild the wall here, which is smart. It is going to be rather far forward. I mean, if Zerglings do come out in larger numbers, that's going to be a lot of surface area for that forward gateway. There goes the Stargate back into the main base, Lowko. We're probably going to see something. I'm sure we're probably going to get Void Rays. That would be my guess.
Void Rays? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is that even a thing?
Confirmed.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no. I've seen a few Void Rays in my time. Yo, thank you, Carl, for the 500 bits.
It's a brand new unit that's been added into the game recently.
I mean, I was so excited a year ago when they first buffed the unit to finally see a Void Ray in multiplayer. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like, dislike Void Rays. It's just that I've seen them literally, I want to say like 90% of the Protoss versus Zergs that didn't end with a cannon rush. Like they're quite common. Zerg's already going up towards a lair though. 2 queens at the front. It should be good. He's got to go. He's gonna go after, or he's gonna have to plant down the 3rd hatch as well. So, got that one going up right now.
You know, honestly, for it being a Bronze League player, the 3.5-minute hatch is not a terrible timing here. So things are kind of winding up. Lair's a little bit early, especially off of only 27 workers. I do also remember when I was playing like this in Platinum League. So good for you, Demo. You're doing wonderful.
He's got a lot of larvae, man. I don't know. He's got them selected for a while as well. I don't know what we're waiting for. Oh, the Overlords. Oh, we're making 4 Overlords. Okay.
Yeah. He is a bit supply blocked. He watched in a laser game one time and saw a laser make 11 Overlords. Oh my god, pull all the probes here. It's Fight Club. All the drones to wrap around. And the Adept goes down. I think Rextor should just GG out of respect here. Like, he's just principal at this point.
Yeah. It's not a terrible situation, but this Void Ray is about a good minute late. Normally it pops at about 340. Maybe even a little bit before that. Either way, he's going to be able to plant down the Nexus because of that little shuffle with the Zealot earlier. Should be okay, though. So I would actually like to see some timing attacks, right? Especially in the earlier rounds of these type of events. I think it's good to go for... I mean, it doesn't have to. But I think it's good to go for timing attacks in general, just to try and see if your opponent... it's a best of 3, so it's good to mix it up a little bit. But it's good to see if your opponent is paying attention and playing a clean game. Hydrodan?
Now... opponent's going into a Hydralisk Den. I mean, this can be good in deflecting against the Void Rays that are incoming, but I think that could be potentially short-lived. Rextor could easily take that Twilight Council that he just started, really work into some Zealot production. That's really going to cause him some issues on being able to defend, as Hydras are not going to be able to kite very well, and in large numbers, Zealots are just going to overwhelm the forces of Demo. And this is going to be a possible dead queen here. Some good micro on that Void Ray. It does get dangerously low. Will the queen be able to survive? The other queens are body blocking. No! Brenda gets out with just 1 health. Amazing.
Her bones hurt, but they always do that. She's been walking around this earth for a good 6 minutes almost. It's been a while. I don't think this guy is bronze. I'm pretty sure I must have misread it. I mean, he's got a lot of minerals in the bank, but that's like the biggest issue. He's playing a really good game, all things considered. Going back into droning right now as well. I mean, his spending has been a little bit shaky, right? And this is where the Adepts now also join the Void Race. Multitasking is where we can really see a difference here. So one of the Void Rays is going to get picked off, but the Adepts are getting some work done.
Yeah, there's a little bit of damage here into the natural. 5-6 drones have gone down, but as long as the drones are only fighting and it's not additional units, those Adepts are going to continue to find damage. But losing the Void Ray out at the 3rd base, that's a bit of a pain. But it's again more and more damage.
He killed Brenda. Wow. Rextor. Literally the most toxic Protoss player I've ever seen in my life. Brenda had a story to tell. She was meant for this world, and apparently she just gets killed. Anyways, Brenda 2.0 has already popped out of the hatchery. 20 drones end up going down here, even though it's at the expense of quite a few Void Rays and quite a few Adepts too. I think that's still justified. Zealot, no! He just all-army hotkeyed the Zealot towards the front. Zerglings don't realize, though, they can actually just go into the base.
Yeah, Demo's trying to find a little bit of damage here, but he's also trying to clean up back at
New
home. The
subscriber
Zerglings are going to make their way
detected.
into the main base here. Good warp-ins by Rextor to try and eliminate that. I'm surprised that it's only been Adepts. I mean, Adepts will trade pretty favorably against those Zerglings, but they're like their counterparts, the Zealot here. Transition on the way, though, Loko. We've got a Templar Archives coming down and +2 as well.
So he's going to push without a Prism with 3 Zealots and a handful of Stalkers. Bit of a strange unit composition where you saw your opponent had a lot of Zerglings out, but luckily here, Rexor is catching his opponent, yeah, as he's making drones. Could have been an absolute disaster here, but yeah, he should be okay. A couple Hydras here as a follow-up as well. He's gonna transition down to a... Do you think, like, I've been shaming a lot of Protoss players in my own ladder games, right, for playing Void Ray into Void Ray into Void Ray into Void Ray. Do you think that's the reason why he's going... Like, he's been watching the stream for a long time. Do you think that's the reason why he's going Robo?
No, I think this is a really solid follow-up here because once, like I said earlier, I mean, once your opponent starts to get really heavy into the Hydra count, it's really easy to overwhelm them with all these ground forces. Yeah, here come the follow-up charge lots, and there's just not going to be anything to stop this. I mean, if you don't have Banelings, if you don't have Lurkers, everything on the ground is just going to get shredded apart. There's going to be a little static defense here, but I think it's going to be too little too late.
I want to check out what... Demo's actual MMR is after this game. This is, of course, the best of 3 series, so we're doing best of 3s until the finals, which is going to be best of 5. GG is called right here in game number 1. But he's certainly played a lot better than what I would have expected from someone who, like, supposedly was supposed to be in bronze. I don't believe it. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was absolutely not a bronze player. I would be, if I had to guess, I mean, you're going to look it up. If I had to guess, definitely at least plat. At least platinum.
So it says 2.6k MMR, Master League Portrait, or Border rather, but I'm not sure. I'm actually going to move my camera on over towards this. Do I have to ask if they're ready? I guess so.
Now if you're like the ESL admin, they all do the number spam, and it's all just like super fast. It's wild.
3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Hey.
Okay, we're going to Romanticide for game number 2, Loko. I mean, what's your read on this? It's a PVZ. Which do you think has the better feel walking into this one?
I think it's a good map. Yeah, Romanticide is pretty balanced, all things considered. I think, like... So what we saw Demo do in game number 1 is skip the Roach Warren, which can work. But you got to be very careful, right? Like, one little mistake, and it can cost you the game. If you skip both the Baneling Nest and the Roach Warren, the game gets very hard when your opponent, you know, switches into anything that isn't getting countered by Hydras, right? So the Zealots were a good call. It was already transitioning towards the Robo as well. Yeah, I would like him to primarily just add on a Roach Warren in this game. Like, you can still go Hydras, but Roach Warren first.
Yeah, I think... That's an important component of that as that Zerg build up, especially when the meta is right now. And, I mean, as you said, it's been for a while very Stargate heavy, Stargate into Stargate into Stargate into Endgame. And we've seen a lot of transition, especially at the pro level, where you open up with a couple of those Void Rays, get a couple of Phoenix out, maybe do Oracle Harassment. There are some options. There's a little bit of forking paths there. But getting into that immediate Twilight Council Forge back behind, you see Archons, you see Zealots, you see those types of units that can just overwhelm the squishier units of the Zerg army. So having that Roach production at the very beginning just aids with that, especially if your opponent tries to go into something sneaky like Glaive Adept timing.
Yep. Yeah, there's lots of things you can go for. I actually would like to see a Glaive Adept timing. I think it's one of the strongest ladder builds. Like, the thing is, things like, for example, a Glaive build, they require very specific scouts and very specific counters from the opponent. And even though Stargate definitely is the flavor of the year, I think Adept timings can be super powerful, especially if you follow them up with Robo play. I mean, Rexor apparently wanted to go for Robos, so I wouldn't mind seeing something along those lines, but I can imagine he's probably feeling a little bit more comfortable going for the Stargate opener. He's got 100 gas at this point. Is he gonna go straight into the warp gate? Not yet.
And you know, it's kind of funny. Like, some of the timings are a little bit loose because people get excited. I mean, playing on stream, there's a little bit of nerves, a little excitement that comes along with it too. So
I can imagine for
Definitely
some
interested
people
to
it's
watch
just
that.
like it's just going to be their very first tournament ever, right?
Right.
It's,
yeah.
it's very different.
Oh, okay. Now, Rextor wants to try and prevent the scout from happening, but that is going to be the case. It is a Twilight Council opening very, very fast here. I mean, a lot of indications would lead into a Glaive Adept timing, especially with the gas production immediately taking off. And more than likely, we'll see some additional gateways drop down behind this. The warp gate's delayed a little bit, but that should end up being okay for the timing. And there's that Glaive Adept.
Yeah, so the tricky part for Zerk at this point, right, is that he's seen... Okay, it's a Twilight Council. We've got ourselves a couple different options. Charge lot all-ins, not very popular anymore, but can definitely happen if it's just like, you know, 32 workers or something along those lines. It could be like even a Blink Stalker push, also not very common. The most common openers are definitely Dark Templar into Archon
New
drops or,
subscriber
for example,
detected.
Glaive Adept. Both options are very good, and it's kind of tricky for the Zerk to deal with those, because ideally for the Glaive Adept version, you stick around on hatchery tech for a little while longer. But against Dark Templar, you would like to have mobile detection, right? So it's a little bit tricky for the Zerk here to decide what to do. Yeah, Demo's going to go for the third base right now. He's going to have to start making units at the correct timing. So already he's actually kind of low on workers. He did get link speed. Not.
Nope.
He did not get link speed. I thought it was already done.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of gas, and now the Adepts are going to show up. It's... Well, not yet, but...
This is gonna be really rough. I think the biggest thing that Demo has going for him, that Rextor doesn't have a robotics facility, so this isn't gonna have warp prism. So all of these warp-ins are gonna have to come from home. Could be easily scoutable since there's the Overlord over top of the natural, so that will be able to spot some things. And I think it is only 3 gates, so that is also going to limit things. But the fact that there's no speed, there's no roaches, the third base is late.
Yeah, no robo facility here is a little bit strange. So I guess he's just gonna walk the Adepts? I guess that's the idea. I think if... Oh. Wrong direction on the shade. I think if this would have been a robo follow-up with a couple more gateways, would probably be game over. At this point, though, do we have... Okay, we have link speed coming, but no roach warren. We have a lair almost done, but... Or actually, no. Like a third of the way done. But
Oh my gosh,
no
look at the
units,
wall.
it's just queens. Yeah.
Look at the wall! Okay, that's creative. I got to give him credit for that. The spine crawlers are going to at least force Rextor off to the third base location, but he's not going to see
think there's
any
a
of
hole,
those
though.
units there. Glaives are going to be, or Adepts are going to just shade by.
Yeah, they're
Look,
just
there
gonna go into the main base instead. If he holds position here, which is exactly what he does, he should be able to kill quite a few workers. And even though this timing attack is probably not as optimal as you could have had it, he's got a third nexus on the back of this. It's only 3 gateways, which is a very slow commitment, or a low commitment rather, like you were already saying. This is looking good for him. He's following it up with 3 more ambitious Adepts. I don't know what those are gonna pull off, but
I was gonna say, they're going to show up at the third base location, but a couple of queens will be able to deal with those in low numbers. Are they? Oh, the recall, not going to be able to pull those out in time. Link speed is just about now going to finish up, and the follow-up here for the Zerg player is pretty low response. Nothing in the production tab just yet. It's additional gateways. I think Rextor is feeling really confident with that kind of timing, and he should be able to just put the pedal to the metal, Lowko, and I think drive this one home.
Loco commitment? Sure, chat. Let's go with that. Ooh, a couple of Zerklings do get in. But I think you're right. He hasn't had anything on the production tab other than 2 creep tumors for the better part of a minute now. He's got a lot of larvae, which has been true for the entire series so far. A lot of larvae, but nothing's going on. The man is completely like... Yeah, this is where you know you're playing a tournament game and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Oh, I guess I should probably spend my money. It's about a minute of nothing going on there other than microing 3 Zerklings. Either way, he's gonna try and get back into this, but yeah, you're definitely right. This is a huge advantage at this point for Rex, who's now got to follow it up with more gateways and a prism.
Oh, we're gonna get storms. I hope you brought your umbrella, Lowko. We're gonna see some warp-ins of High Templar across the field. Rextor's a little low on gas right now, so he's not gonna have the immediate investment there. But the follow-up tech-wise is good from the Zerg player. He's getting roaches, he's getting hydras, and he's got spine crawlers. Take a look at that ramp. He's got a little bit of static defense here. You know, I'm liking the base building here for Demo. It's just unfortunate that the shades are gonna just go right past.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's just gonna walk by it. So there's Shades right now in the third, or in the natural. Zealot's over at the third. Do you think he researched the Kadir and Amulet? Do you remember that upgrade?
I do.
Ooh.
Extra energy, right?
Yeah. So once upon a time, back when I was but a little loco, double prism? Okay. I think that was supposed to be an observer, but fair enough. There used to be an upgrade called Kadir and Amulet, which allowed your High Templar to spawn with enough energy for a High Templar to cast Storm right away, which was terrifying. So basically there's like, oh no, there's Zerglings, quick, warp into Templar. Storm, 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 storm. They've decided to remove that upgrade quite a long time ago. But I don't think he needs it, man. He's got Psionic Storm done, but no High Templar. That's almost a little bit of BM right there from Rex. I can't believe it. So toxic.
Tunneling Claws. I like the direction this is going. Demo hoping to get a little bit of sneaky plays across the map. I mean, he's going to have to try and do it off of the fact that he's lost 18 drones, and he's got a little bit low production value right now. But hey, the Hydras are starting to clean up the run-bys on the Zealots. Zealots running into the third base once again to do more damage. The fourth base did get shut down, and that one Archon
yeah.
is going
that
to
one
overtake
Zergling,
the
man.
entire...
Did you see the Zergling holding the Archon back for a good 10 seconds?
It's
he was
not
trying to
the
walk
hero
by
we
it.
need. It's the one we deserve, though.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, so at this point, the economy for the Zerg is looking a little bit desperate. Oh, God. Poor Zerglings get sliced up as well. I think that Rexter might just be outclassing his opponent ever so slightly. He does have a couple of the Templar. They're floating up.
Building up some energy back at home.
Yep.
I think losing this third base is a non-negotiable. If that third base goes down, it's over. No chance. Good Ling run by, though. It is going to find some vulnerable units here. The energy beams getting force fielded forward. One goes down, two goes down. It's chaos back at home for the Protoss player.
Yeah, but at the same time, the third base that we're talking about is already gone. Even the larvae are being killed. Ultimate bad manners right here for Rex, who decides to go after the natural expansion a little while later. A couple Zealots, or a couple of Spine Crawlers pushing him back. I think this is pretty much as good as over. He decides to continue onwards, though, with a fourth Nexus. You know what? When you're ahead, get more ahead. Always good advice. But
the great words of Artosis ringing true here. Group spines are going to be researched here about 3/4 of the way done. Those Hydras are going to get a little bit faster in their attacks and a little bit more efficient. But yeah, again, it's just continued warp ends on the opposite side here. Hydra is actually attacking the units, not attacking the thing that's making the units, and it's a little bit of hubris. But you know, I think all in all, Demo's trying to get himself stabilized here, and Rextor, I feel, should just build up an army. I mean, he's got the production, he's got the money. He really just needs to get about 50 supply worth of units and just push forward, and I think he'd be able to close this game out.
yeah, no, I agree. Just make a bunch of stuff and go kill them. In the immortal words of Day 9, when they're doing something weird, just go kill them. Just like the words from Artosis. I like these as well. Whenever your opponent is doing something off the standard, just go kill them is good advice. There it is. GG is cold. Demo is desperately trying to make a couple of spines, but he can only dance for so long. GG. Rextor moves on. Of course. I mean, he's rocking that Loco clan tag. Can you even lose games, honestly? Rushy, do you ever lose games when you play with the Loco clan tag? Oh, no, you switched the clan tag. Dude, you just talked about how you lost MMR. Yeah, you changed the clan tag some time ago. Maybe that's why.
3 years ago?
I know. Some time ago is basically 3 years, okay?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm willing to tell my pro team to piss off so that way I can get more MMR. Like, I think they'll understand.
Now you're getting it. So a couple people have already finished their very first round. Well, actually, I'm looking at it. Yeah, Valmalisk already moved on. The program has already been taken out. Amwa also no longer part of the tournament. Cased is gone. So for some of the games, it will be... they'll probably update the score after the entire series is done. I mean, you can update after every map, but yeah. Loco skipped me. Did you win, Air? Wait, where are you? I don't even see you. Air.
You mean the people need to update the score?
Underscore?
update the score. All right.
Dude, I cannot. Oh, you got wrecked by Pokemaster 2-0. Oof. Grimdy also 1-0 behind. I got paired with someone 1k MMR more than me. That's rough. He's 600 MMR above me. Ace Gamer is also losing. Oh no. By the way, guys, exclamation point, a multi in the chat as well to get a link to Rushy's channel. So you can watch the both of us. You can watch Rushy's purple V-neck, I believe. I haven't seen your V-neck yet. There it is.
Hello. It's me.
It is Rushy. Let me see. Okay, our next game is ready to go. I'm excited for this one.
No game privacy. Dan's game.
Ah, it's fine.
What? Everyone's going to learn all of Valharnen's secrets. Log into the game. You can see what Valharnen's going to do. Wow. I mean, this is a Lambo. A Lambo fan here.
Yeah, a Lambo.
Lambo versus Lowko.
There it is. Let me get on your camera then, Rushy. All right, I'm ready.
All right, you want the professional intro again?
You can do whatever you like, Rushy. I'm ready for it. I'm excited.
Oh no.
A top tier intro. I want to hear like, okay, imagine this is the World Championships Grand Finals, game number 1 of a best of 7 series. 9 months of tournament gameplay has led up to this moment, and you have to introduce the Protoss. Go.
It all comes down to this. One man defending the entire race of Protoss from being a meme. Can he do it for Team Lowko? Give it up for Valharnen!
Woo! And the crowd goes mild. Actually, there's a couple people that are excited for it in the chat now. That the stream delay catches up. Good, good. Oh, there it is. There it is.
You doubt me.
Yeah,
and
no,
in the bottom left, his opponent for Brenda. Spam Brenda in the chat for Team Lambro. Lead Flash BG.
Oh, man. So, Valharnen has been complaining as a Protoss player about Protoss versus Zerg. Now, luckily for him, he probably only faces a Zerg every 10th game he plays. Sorry, is it
Get wrecked.
probably mostly PvPs and PvTs, though. He's gonna, you know, at the very least get the block off on his opponent's expansion. He's especially, okay, maybe, I'm assuming both of these guys, no, they have to have muted, right? Like, they're not gonna be jerks. This is a for fun event. Red Flash, if he would have gone for a 12 pool, I'm pretty sure that would have triggered Vel pretty badly, because I know he's not a fan of playing against 12 pools. But this you should be able to play. Got the second gas going.
Guys, you gave up on my observing already.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about it. I'll put my mouse. All right. My mouse is literally on the floor right now. This is why I got a wireless mouse a little while ago. It's right there. All right, sorry, I forgot about it. It's a team game, Lowko. I know, I'm not used to co-casting anymore, guys. The last time was with Roddy. Stay-at-home story cup, but that already feels like it's ages ago.
Oh my god. This is what I have to work with, Chad. He steals all my bases in 2v2s. He won't let me observe.
It's true.
Mom, Logo's not letting me observe. You said it was my turn.
I know. I'm sorry. All right. It's going to be a Stargate follow-up here from Mr. Valharnen. Simply the best build. By the way, did you catch the MMR of both of these guys? I think Val was at like 4,100 maybe? 42? I'm not 100% sure.
Valharnen runs between 38 and 4.
Okay. All right.
Because that's roughly where I'm at right now.
Okay, so they're both around 4K MMR. Cool. So this should be like a proper game, right? Both players in Diamond should know what they're doing. How do you feel about getting your natural expansion stall and being forced to take the third?
You know, it's so common anymore that usually it's not that big of a deal. There have been times, I won't lie, there have been times where I've raged out of a game because it's like, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with the nonsense, but Red Flash is taking it in stride. We can already tell that this game is a little bit higher up on the MMR side of things just because there's a little bit more adapting happening there. Ooh, nice save on that drone, by the way.
Yeah, he got a bit
but
unlucky there because they stacked up on top of each other. So I think he clicked the right thing, but barely didn't get it.
Yeah, but look at this. So it's a Void Ray opening into an Oracle. Usually you see that the opposite way around there. Any thoughts on that?
No, I like it. I think Void Ray into Oracle is really strong. Third base is a little bit later than you ideally aim for here, but he's at the very least countered the Overlord, so the Overlord won't see exactly what's going on. Red Flash already going for a Roach Warren as well, which is pretty good. There you go. All right, there's
and it's pretty decent timing as well.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good timing for it, all things considered. He does need to connect the bases, though, because once these Oracles start flying around, having the creep, not connecting the main base and the natural, but also not the natural and the third, it makes it kind of tricky to defend against the Void Rays and the Oracles. So maybe dropping the ball on that, but yeah, not too bad.
Wait, the players in the last game were both silver? No, absolutely just false. That's just wrong. Rextor at bare minimum was platinum.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, he was.
just incorrect information, chat. Oh, okay. Oracle's going to find a little bit of damage here. It is taking a fair bit of damage of itself, so it's not going to be able to stick around too long. Anytime you start taking hull damage, you can't afford to dive too far, because if you're going to try and go in for drones, you've got to have full hull health so that you can absorb a few of those shots before they zip on out. But it's a fair amount of Zerglings back at home right now. We'll be able to protect against any possible groundswell, but right now it just seems to be Stargate production. It's double Stargate. We've got +1 somewhere. Roddy is like smiling because he's like, yeah, someone made it. It's good.
Everyone makes it these days, though. Roddy was just like 5 years ahead of the meta. He was making it with Phoenixes. Okay, well, I haven't seen a Phoenix as EVP in quite some time. That being said, Red Flash is happily droning up. Now, Heartnapper asks a great question in the chat. He asks, if the Zerg doesn't do a queen walk, why are we watching the rest of the game? How do you feel about this, Russian?
I mean, he's not wrong. Queen Walk seems to be about the best way to try and deal with Void Rays in this current meta. This is also a really good ploy, but with the double shield battery out at the third base location, these Lings are only just going to suck down shield battery energy. They're not going to find any major damage. They do get 6 probes, though, which is more than average.
You know what? This is game number 1 of a best of 3. If Red Flash can win here, just playing a straight-up game against someone who's going full-on Skytles, I mean, he's obviously practiced for this, right? He seems to know what he's doing. I don't mind it. I mean, if he can win this one, this is obviously Varanin's most comfortable style. This is what he likes to play against. Yeah, I think it's a good idea for the tournament, because at that point, like, what does Val do in game number 2? It's going pretty Zergling heavy. It's got the Bailing Nest coming up as well. Do we have a Hydra Den? We do have a Hydra Den, but no upgrades on it. Okay. Speaking of upgrades, no Evo Chamber upgrades either. There's +1. Oh, he goes Carapace and Melee. All right. What do you think?
You know, I kind of like this. It does. Melee's a little weird, but Carapace is good mostly because it's sorry, I flipped that. Carapace is a little weird. Melee is really good because once you get up to +2 melee, Baneling Runbys become really, really effective, and you can pop an entire mineral line with a small amount of Banelings. I guess the Carapace is in anticipation that this is probably going to go late game toss, because then you do get a little bit of coverage from the carriers, but I think that is a sacrifice that's not worth making, especially in this situation here where the meme beams are turned on. The Hydras are just not attacking here. Lambo, you got to get your man on the Hydra count. The Lings are caught back behind. That's not too big of a deal. It's going to be the Hydras that aren't allowed to fight as well, and these Void Rays are going to get so much damage.
Yeah, so that's the main base now in a lot of trouble. Evo Chambers probably aren't too far behind. First off, a couple Hydras that are, well, I mean, walking to their rally point, but main base at this point is gone. There is a 4th hatch, and it's not like he had enough drones to saturate all 4 bases, but it's going to be kind of tricky to clean up these Void Rays. In the meantime, Valranin is happily stacking up 2,000 resources. He thinks this is a MOBA, so he's only controlling these 3 units over here. That happens. Okay.
There is Hero. These are his champions.
Yes.
He's got the whole League of Legends team. It's all 5 right here. They grouped up. It's all mid, all voids.
Yep. Mid or AFK is what he shouted when he first joined the game, and he realized it was just him. Well, at least the Evo Chambers are still here. Yeah, you know what? I think he's got plenty of Hydras to get rid of this right now. Queens have transfusion energy, but it's kind of hard to multitask.
Oh, beams.
Oh,
Laser,
Brenda!
Oh, he attacked
Brenda,
his
what
own
was that?
hatchery.
Brenda betrayed us. So you see that? They killed the hatch.
Oh my gosh. Red Flash was like, here, I see what you're doing. Let me help you.
I appreciate it, man.
Very, very nice.
All right, Zerkling's over at the 4th Nexus of Protoss. So Vel, very gas-starved. I'm,
Oh, that's a cool kill.
I tried grabbing my mouse. I was like, where is it? I wanted to see if he had all the gases saturated, but then I realized the mouse is over there. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can kind of see the yeah. It's
God.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
I was
He gave
looking
up on
for
my
it.
observing again. Now he's not on the right scene, chat.
No, no, no,
Have you
no.
ever seen betrayal like this?
I was using the stream deck.
Excuse me.
The stream deck.
You got the
Switch
largest
scenes.
one, didn't you?
I do have the stream deck extra large. Yeah. I have to compensate somewhere.
Kappa Pride in the chat, please.
All right, so we have Storm as a follow-up. He's going double Robo, actually, interestingly enough. Okay, lasers. Here come the Zealots, though, and I'm a little bit concerned for the Queens. I think he can kill them if he wanted to, but there's plenty of Hydras somewhere. Oh, there they are.
I'm not going to lie. This game is a lot closer than I expected it to be. I mean, the worker counts are very similar here. The Hydra count's pretty good. I think the biggest thing that Velharnan has going for him right now is he's been very good on the base harass. To Red Flash's credit, though, I mean, he's got 3 bases that are relatively saturated. He's at a nice worker count, Loco, 69. He ruins it, though. Ruined it!
Wow. Literally toxic. Either way, yeah, he's looking good right now. So he does need to get the money down, though. So if Vel just builds static defense here, he can probably get himself to a maxed out Skytools army. This is a good trade for him as well, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, they have +1 melee. Ah, yeah, they do. So they will end up killing that Nexus a little bit quicker. Without the melee upgrade, that thing would have stayed alive, I'm pretty sure. Either way, he needs an additional Stargate right about right now as well, and then Photon Cannons and Void Rays and everything right around. Or sorry, like, yeah, just, there you go. Oh, that's a Fleet Beacon? All right. So why do we make double Robo? Just for fun?
I mean, I can't imagine why. I mean, unless he's really worried about pumping out observers, but it's still really silly. Yeah, here's the building that he should have built. Yeah, there's the Fleet Beacon coming down. So carriers are happening.
Does he have an
as
observer?
we.
No.
I mean,
So I
he's
think it's
building
observer
an
prism,
observer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I
kind
don't
of risky right now, though. I mean, he does have storms. Storm. Don't water balloon. There you go. Water balloons are not as good as storms.
Oh, I mean, those Hydras just melted here. There's not going to be enough to deal with all of these Void Rays. And as those Zealots come on in here, I like I said, I think Velharnan's respecting his opponent maybe just a little bit too much here. All of those Banelings are still allowed to hang out here. Velharnan is just going to target in on that hatchery. Workers are going to flee out. And this is, again, more great damage here by the Protoss player. He's really staying on top of his Zerg opponent.
Yep. No, fantastic job right here by Vel. If he would spend his money a little bit better, I think this game would be, yeah, as good as over. Either way, he still has 4 bases right now. He does need to be a little bit careful, though, because Red Flash, he still has a good amount of workers. He ran the workers there for quite some time. He still has 4 hatcheries up and running as well. He's going +2, +2, +2, +2, +2, actually. So he's got all of the different upgrades. Thinking about going for a Hive right now, but if this Zerg player maxes out, it's going to be quite difficult for Protoss to actually push this back. So he's going into okay, a Robo Bay at this point. I like that a lot better. He built a couple of Immortals there, which is, yeah, not my favorite, but I think just sticking around on Skytools with Storm would be, yeah, totally fine. Yeah, this is not a bad situation to be in either, though. Yeah, he does need to be careful. There's only
I think the disruptors are. I think the disruptors are going to be an important part of this, and that's why the Robo Bay is going to be really, really valuable. Flux Veins are going to be really good to help with this. Here come the additional Warpin. Zealots are going to start chasing things down. There's no charge. Oh wait, yeah, there is. They were
Fight
just
on
really
the right.
slow. That was weird.
What's going on there? I can't look at the fight on the right. Okay, he's moving forward right now. He's only at 3 High Templar. I would love to see that number increased a little bit. Good Storm. Second Storm, very good as well. Third Storm, really nicely done. These Hydras will be cleaned up, but what about the ones that are moving right now from the 4th base? Yeah, if Protoss fights this, it becomes very all-in-y. And yeah, shout out to Red Flash for still staying in these. He's slowly building up his army. His upgrades are looking really good, right? So I think, like, okay, so what I think Val should have done this game is go for a third Stargate much sooner and skip the Robotech other than for, like, you know, observers and, what are they called? Like a prism or two. Couple more High Templar. You probably can handle, like, 5, 6, 7 or so. 2 or 3 is a bit little. Like a bit too
he
small.
is maxed out. What's he maxed out on? Oh, he's got that many Void Rays. Okay. And he's got
he's got
E1
lots.
workers. Okay, I'll give him that.
Yeah, plus there's like a few carriers on the production tab. Like, they count to the supply, but like, something I make that mistake all the time whenever I play StarCraft. I'm like, okay, I'm maxed out, let's go, and then I realize, wait a second, I've got like 30 supply worth of production still going on, and it takes like 7 years for those carriers to spawn.
Is that Nathanius casting? That's the greatest. That's like my greatest StarCraft meme of all time. I absolutely adore it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so Zerk is going Microbial Shroud. Does he have a Hive? He doesn't. I would love to see this together with Ultralisks. So Ultras to kill the High Templar and the Zealots, and then the Hydras and Infestors can kill everything else for the Zerk. I think that would be super helpful. But yeah, you're right. He is maxed out, and his army looks good, but it's 17 Void Rays. It's about time we switch out of Void Rays, but the only way you can switch out of them is by, you know, getting rid of them, and then you can accidentally die. It's dangerous. I think he made a little bit too many.
Well, I mean, this comes at a very interesting time here. Fungals are going to land on the entirety of the army. 2 of them are going to make things really, really complicated. But now we're going to get storms on top of those Hydras. The Hydras do have a decent amount of splitting, but carrier interceptors are going to make this really, really challenging for the long term. GG is called. Vel Harnan built carriers and won the game. Is it OP, or am I just bad, Loco? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're right. The Zerk did everything perfectly, and he still lost. Can I go pick up my mouse now? Because I once again got a little heart attack when I was like, it's not here.
You know what? Thank you for letting me observe the one game. You may observe the rest of them.
No. I'll just put it away. Is it Imba or do I suck? Excellent question right there. By Rushy. You know what, Rushy?
Donation
What you gotta do is just
Last
play like
game
Cyril.
is why I switched back to
yes.
Terran. www.
Thank you, Heartnapper. Inverted exclamation. Thank you very much for the 300 bits.
All right. Who's observing? I'm willing to let you observe.
No. I've got it on you. I've got it on you already, man.
Oh,
How do you feel about introducing players every game?
I do it for the main events because they require us to, but I'm also totally happy with like just hopping into a game and just like following around and just keeping a dialogue going. Like that's also fun.
Yeah. No, I 100%. I think introducing for the first game, totally fine. Introducing like every time in every game of every series is a little bit silly, right? Because, I mean, I'm assuming if you're watching game 2, you've probably seen game 1, maybe? I don't know. Unless you tune in right now, but ain't gonna breed.
And in the bottom right hand. Oh, sorry.
It's Val Harnan! There you go.
It's Val Harnan _
All right, Red Flesh going for the crazy hatchery first. Okay, believe it.
Yeah. Vel went for Pylon Scout, which is insanely annoying. That means that if you don't build your first hatchery before the 16, and I think it's got to be a 15 drone at that point, if it's the Pylon Scout, then you're just doomed out to the third base.
Loco, I just tuned in, and the first thing I hear is, unless you tuned in right now. Well, I'm sorry. Ortho, it's Red Flash versus, or Red Flash versus Val Harnan. There you go.
Yeah, we were talking specifically about you. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. We were waiting for you. Now the party can begin. Chat, ladies and gentlemen. It's applause on my side. Loco can press the applause button if he wants, but welcome. Thank you.
It's good to have you, man. We were waiting for you. All right, so now that you're here, let us have a look at this game number 2 of a best of 3 series. I kind of expect Val to play the exact same thing, but maybe he can surprise us. I still think timing attacks are absolutely fantastic. That wall-off is not correct.
No, this is busted.
That
and it's a
one up. Yeah.
And it's a 1 gate as well, which is interesting.
I think it's fine. Yeah, I think against like a 12 pool going double gateway is a great idea, but should be okay here. He's gonna finish up the... He's a little low on gas. Oh, that second gas was late too. Okay. So he decides to... maybe it wasn't actually. I wasn't paying very close attention there.
I don't know. This is what I think, because I've been in this position before. You win the first game, and then like the adrenaline's pumping, and you're like really excited, and then you kind of make those little mistakes. It's like, oh wait, oh no, shoot, cover it, make it be cool. But yeah, Robo first. I've been seeing a lot of this in some of the professional games, and does not seem to come with a large degree of success, because it's gonna be that warp prism first, more than likely. But this just doesn't have a whole lot of teeth in the push. I feel like you delay so many important transitional elements to go this path, and without any Templar or without any Twilight Council to have Blink or to have Glaive Adepts, or even just to get into DT so you can get Archon harassment, it just fundamentally feels bad.
No, 100%. Yeah, so I think the best option to go for that I've seen some players go for recently with the Robo first is where you go into the Robo Bay and then straight into Disruptor drops. That can kind of work out. But in general, Stargate openers, like, as much as I joke about Stargate openers being a little bit boring, they're also far and away the best mid-game follow-up, or like early-game follow-up, rather. So, like, the problem is, right, so as soon as the Cybercore finishes, you can go Twilight Council, you can go Robo. Yeah, it's a great lair. You can go Twilight Council, you can go Robo, or you can go into a Stargate. So with, like, both the Robo and the Twilight opener, you're kind of forced to, like, first off, deal some damage, because your third is going to be late, but it's also going to force you into, like, a different type of mid-game. Like, I don't really... Like, for example, with the Stargate first, when you go into the Void Ray, you can get the third Nexus done. Or like, started, rather, at, like, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. But with this, I mean... We're gonna get an Immortal into a Prism, and he can definitely do some damage, but the third is already, like, a minute late. And then the question is he gonna be able to get any work done? Like, yeah, I don't know. Stargate openers, definitely still the go-to for pretty much everyone. And I'm with you. Like, every time I see someone going Robo first, it just doesn't really work.
Well, he's going to try and make it work here. He's got a lot of gateway production back behind this. I like Vel. Vel's a great member of the community. We're not going to talk about this wall and what I think about it. We're just not going to. My mom said if I can't say something nice, slightly talk about it in vague ways to get people across the idea, and then leave it alone. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Always listen to me.
I mean, this is going to be a great scout, though.
Yep.
The question... Big question is he going to be able to defend it? He's got Roach production on the way out. The additional production is going to be good. This is going to be a very good anti-Roach army. I mean, it's going to be continued Stalkers. I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
So it's 2 gas from Protoss, 2 gas from Zerg, but 1 drone is missing in the second gas geyser for the Zerg player, which kind of sucks. Puts him in a weird position where he's very mineral heavy. The same can be said for Vel. Does he have an observer here? I'm assuming he does have an observer. Yeah, it's somewhere. I don't know. He's just warping in right over here. All right. So it's a single Immortal with a couple of sentries as far as the push goes. I think this push could have been a little bit better. Maybe like this is also forced because of that wall off that he kind of butchered at the front, but still seems to be working so far. It's just that the Zerg reinforcements are going to show up.
Okay, I was going to say the Immortal's not really a part of the fight just yet, but now things are going to go a little bit better. Decent force fields are at least zoning this army out, so it's not super efficient, but he's kind of lost all the teeth in this push. The Warp Prism is not here anymore. The Immortal is still alive. It does have 7 kills, so continued pressure is going to be able to come down here.
Yeah, I think he's got to get out if he wants to. There you go. He decides to recall, but it's a little late. Immortal goes down. And now we're in this point that I was trying to, or at the state where I was trying to explain earlier. Now you don't have the third, and you're just kind of sitting here. Whereas Red Flash, I mean, he could go for a counterattack if he wanted to, but he can just do whatever he likes. He decides to go for a 4th. He's going to go Baneling Nest. He's going to do whatever.
Yeah, he's going to grab a 4th base. I do like this. Yeah, it was a great hold by Red Flash. Some pretty decent creep spread as well. I mean, it's not Scarlet levels. It's not your pro level creep spread, but I mean he's got his bases connected for the most part. We won't look there. He's got his bases mostly connected here, and he's got a lot of good things happening. I love the scouting here. The Zerg player knows exactly what's happening. He has the lack of a third base scouted from Velharnan, and that's got to put him into offensive mode. Although, to be fair, he doesn't really have to do a whole lot. He can just lay back. He can start developing the map the way he wants to. He's taking down some of these rocks to make things a little bit more open, and he just needs to be prepared. So as long as he doesn't over-drone and he doesn't get caught off guard, he should be in a great spot to possibly take this to a game number 3.
Yeah, I wonder if Val is just going to continue onwards with like a 2-base all-in. Because, okay, is that a probe moving over to the 3rd Nexus? Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so he is going to take a 3rd, but this is so late. It basically means that Valharden right now is sitting here and crossing his fingers, hoping that the Zerg is never going to attack before he maxes out. It's dangerous. Luckily here, for him, roach speed is nowhere to be seen, if I'm not mistaken, so that kind of helps. But, I mean, Red Flash from the previous game showed us already that he seems comfortable in these kind of scenarios. I would love to see him scouting this 3rd, though. Like, it's super important. Like, you brought it up already. I don't think he's seen the 3rd. These workers that he's making right now, without knowing your opponent is the 3rd base, that would be... yeah, dangerous.
And disruptors are on the production as well. I think one is already out. Yeah, one disruptor is out. And you know as well as I do, Lowko, disruptors are the game changer unit here for Protoss. It's very easy to claw your way back into a game that should maybe be mismatched in your favor, especially since Red Flash is maxing out on Roach production here. He's got 16 in the production tab. He's going to have 1-1 on the way as well. Baneling speed, he's got it all. He's going to have Ravagers. He has a little bit of everything to deal with this army. It just comes down to one clean engagement, and here's the one unit he has to dodge.
Yep. I'm very good at microing into the Purification Nova. I don't want to flex, but I have lost many more roaches than I should against Purification Novas. Maybe Red Flash has that same sort of talent, but I'm with you. This is not looking so hot. Oh, God.
Oh, but he's going to get right on top of it with the Banelings. Banelings are going to come out. They do get on top of there, but it does not happen before those units are snapped by the Purification Novas. But I think the follow-up is just going to be too strong here for Red Flash, Lowko.
Yeah, it's like half the Zerg army fighting. The other ones were like, hey, there's a forge. It doesn't really matter. Even half the Zerg army is apparently good enough. There's the battery overcharge in the most exposed... okay. What is it called? Shield battery that I've seen in quite some time. But I don't think it really matters. Red Flash is flooding the map. I think if he would have had one additional hatchery here to spend all of his money, that would have been even more dominating. But game number 2 is definitely going to go in favor of the Zerg.
Wow, well played here. All of the people on Reddit are confused right now. We all thought the Protoss was OP, but here we are watching the Zerg be OP again.
They just have the easier tools.
Accounts,
that's what I've learned. According to Marine Lord, they just have the easier tools. That's all it is.
35 Banelings in the production tab. This is all. I mean, if this was ever the words "get out" but not typed, I mean, this is how you tell an opponent to get out of your game.
You spell GG with the Banelings.
Preemptively.
You spell GG with the Banelings so your opponent can still see it, and then you blow them all up manually. That's what you
do. The ultimate BM. Doesn't even want to bile the force fields. He knows that those force fields are premature. They're just going to go away on time.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, you can still hope for the 2 disruptor hits that will take out 50 supply each, and then you're still behind. But
yeah,
you can dream. You can dream.
Red Flash has got to be careful though. Like he cannot let hubris get the better of him.
Here we go. Nope, good one.
Okay, that could, yeah, I was just saying that could have been much worse.
So he's going Spire right now. I thought maybe you'd go Hive with it or something if you want to be super safe. I don't think that's a bad idea. A couple of Zealots over here being a nuisance. I mean, I can't really blame Red Flash for not pushing in here because it's scary. But at this point, the sentries are out of energy.
Yeah, he just needs to go.
Here's the disruptor.
It's time. It's time to duel?
Oh, God. No. That's the best case scenario there, but it doesn't really matter, right? Like, there's so much.
Whoa, no, that was 20 kills. Are you kidding me?
How dare Red Flash look away from his army?
Oh, I think the real answer is how dare Red Flash not just push and win? Like oh no, please.
No.
I will actually rage. I will actually be upset.
Unbiased caster. Oh my God. I can't believe it.
We're going to game 3 though.
Yep. That was
very good. Very good.
Nice, Rextor. Rextor ended up winning as well. What? Yeah, he tried his best. Was that a scripted game? Yes. Yes, that game was definitely scripted.
Good
that got a little bit sketchy, but you can't blame the man. for trying and sticking in there for a while longer, but 4-base Zerg versus 2-base Protoss. You don't need to trade particularly well at that point to still be okay.
That's very true.
Should we do Twitch chat predictions? Too late, chat. Unless one of the mods wants to start it up right now. Dita Hunter, can you start up? Nah, who's going to win? Valorant in or Red Flash? Game's starting. They're waiting for me. Lowko, make me a mod. I'll do it.
What?
Okay.
And give Rextor yet another thing to do?
Start prediction.
Liquipedia mod. Mod for my channel.
Oh god, I can't do this in time, chat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mess it up. We can do a prediction here in a little bit. All right, Rushy. I'm gonna make a crazy assumption this game. All right.
Go for it.
I've been teasing Valve for a little while about Stargates, right? What about in game number 2 here? He just opened up with a Robo because he's like, you know what? I don't want Lowko to like make fun of me. So I'm going to play something I normally never play, and I go Robo. And now in this game, he's going to go Stargate again. Maybe I give myself too much credit here, but I feel like that, you know.
It's possible, but like here's the reality. It's a 12 pool out of Red Flash, and this is a prior to Pylon Scout probe.
Yep.
So it's super, super early.
Yeah, he
But this
needs
isn't
to
gonna
not mess up the wall if he wants to defend this. So if he... Oh, there is a stream, or there is a chat prediction going on right now. A very short one, chat. You only had like 20 seconds to put in your points because the game is going on. But there you go. Thank you, Drone Rush. All right, so he has scouted the 12 pool at this point. 6 Zerglings are coming up. Queen is coming up as well. Red Flash should send a drone out right now to try and grab the natural or force a pylon. Either way, let's see how this goes. So Val is going to go second gateway in the right position. And he'll probably go Cybercore as soon as he can. Can definitely make a Zealot. I mean, he should be okay. Okay, perfect wall. The Zealot comes up. Chrono on the Zealot. Second pylon at the front. This is good.
Chat, you know who's observing now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I just followed you.
There you, oh, okay. Oh, all right.
You're the big time streamer. I'm ready to learn.
Nah, I autopilot, man. Yeah. Okay, Zealot is in the right position as well. Couple of probes are at the front. He just wants to be very careful. Now, this is scary for a Protoss player. But so far, I think he should be okay. Starts up the Adept at the correct moment. Would love to see a Chrono on the Adept, but fair enough. He's going to go for the second Zealot first. 2 Zealots available in total. Double Adept. Yep, Adept will pop at like 235. Perfect start here for Vel.
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good setup here. I think he used a few extra probes than what he maybe needed, but all in the name of safety. He didn't want to overcommit, or undercommit, rather. Velharden, though, notably not on a second Nexus just yet. So he is expecting his opponent to be rather aggressive and all in about this. But Red Flashback behind this is going into his natural. It just pops out now. He is in drone production, so that should trigger both players into just continuing to advance forward. So yeah, nice little dance here by these two players.
Okay, so the question is right now, how good is Red Flash's defense going to be against this? So the 2 Adepts, I would have loved to see one of the Zealots go with this as well. But the 2 Adepts here, they're going to shade into the main base. Is he going to commit with them? No, he's not. Okay. Good, gets 1 worker. Don't lose the Adepts. Okay, should be good. Yeah, loses 1, I think, yeah. Okay, we do need to see the follow-up, though, from Protoss here. Like, that's one of the problems that Protoss runs into here, too. He's forgot to saturate the gases, and the Stargate, or Robo, or Twilight. Okay, it's all a little bit late. Decides to go Twilight this time.
Yeah, I like this a lot better. We talked about that in game number 2, the opening into Robo not being as effective as holding back the Protoss player, but I think getting the Twilight Council down is going to allow him some different options. I wouldn't even be opposed to seeing Blink in this game. He's shown Glaive Adepts that could prompt Red Flash into doing nice little roach timing, and Blink Stalker Immortal, that could be really, really strong, especially on this map.
Yep. Yeah, I think it should be Glaives. It's coming up at 100 gas. Assuming he isn't paying attention to that one adept. Okay, he's got it selected now. Maybe he's waiting for it. But I think it should be Glaives. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. So we saw a variation of this build from Rex earlier. This time around, though, it's going to be with a Robo facility. And Red Flash is scouting this. So he's seen the Twilight, he's seen the Robo. So he knows what's coming, technically speaking. Chrono right there also reveals that it's not going to be DTs, more often than not. What do you think of this push? The Glaive to depth.
I don't hate it. Usually I don't like it if the Zerg player is able to take their natural at a normal time, because that's one of the best weaknesses that you can expose with the Glaive Adept back and forth. But it's a really late third base, so the third base becomes less of a target, and it'll all come down to Velharnen's priorities here. If he's going to be able to find some worker kills or not. Will this come with a Warp Prism? I don't know.
No, the Prism is already
there
out.
it is. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if it's not, then we're in a little bit of trouble. This is only 4 gateways. So 4 gateways is relatively low commitment. That doesn't mean he's planning on taking a third as a follow-up. The thing is, Red Flash has been making units for the better part of like 2 minutes now. So he's been sitting at 37 workers this whole time. He's got a ton of Zerglings. He's got a ton of Roaches. In all honesty, Vel doesn't even really need to fight this because he's already in a good spot. But he's probably going to try. He should. But if he commits and he loses all these units, then the counterattack is going to be devastating.
Yeah, the army count for Red Flash, 50 to 32 right now. That's scarier than Velharnen realizes, so it's all going to come down to engagements. The Roach count is slowly climbing. Being able to find some worker damage is going to be critical here. He is going to get a little bit of damage down in the front. He does find the ramp, though. This is actually about the best situation here. All of these Zerglings are going to find terrible surface area, and by the time Red Flash realizes that that engagement's not going to be worth it, he's lost most of that army. So the Roaches are going to have to pull back here. Great drone pull here by Red Flash. The crisis management is really good, but he doesn't complete the shade. What is Velharnen thinking here?
No, he tried to split up the Roaches successfully, I guess. Red Flash had a couple units probably on top of the shades. Right now, though, he's doing a pretty good job. Decides to just sacrifice the units. He needs to macro at home in the meantime, because that counterattack is still coming. During all of this, Zerg is making non-stop units. He's killed 7 drones, or 8, I guess, in total in this game. But Vel really needs to not die to the counterattack here. And I've got a feeling that since he's not been doing much, there's no Immortals out, there's no nothing, he's in a little bit of trouble.
No, this is all the way bad. 7 workers is not near enough for the sacrifice that Velharnen made. And it shows in the supply, 96 to 56. It's 58 army supply to 16. Not even a shield battery is going to save this, Loko.
Wow. Well, what will save anything then if a shield battery can't do it? Double Stargate as a follow-up. That is the biggest Diamond League thing I've seen this game. This entire tournament so far. He's like, fuck, man, there's Roaches. Double Stargate. There it is. I love it. Well, luckily for him, Red Flash is giving him plenty of time. Takes like 36 seconds for a Void Ray, if I'm not mistaken. If you chrono it, it's a little bit faster. I mean, as long as he lives through this and he gets Void Rays out, he's going to be okay. And Red Flash, for some reason, is giving him all the time in the world.
Yeah, and he's low on the gas count as well. He really needs some Ravagers here to be able to pin down those shield batteries on the right-hand side. It'd be nice to see him reflex forward here. There is one Ravager, but again, there's nothing to work.
Please bow me. Please bow me. I don't want you to break through. Just bow me.
Yeah, right? Oh, gosh, this is kind of a scary moment here for Velharnen, but he's just buying time. It's Void Ray production on the tab. He needs to try and get those Void Rays out. That's the only thing that saves him.
Yep. So 2 Void Rays are coming up. And you know what? I think Red Flash may have been sitting back for a little bit too long there. He had those Glaive to Depths defended at 38 workers. And then he got a little bit indecisive. Started making a couple more workers again as well. And then the push was late. Now it's going to be Stargate units. And we have Protoss going for a third. This should have been game over. Because Vel was quite literally at what? I think 50 supply versus like 98. But he saved it.
It was a disgusting disparity for sure. But right now, Velharnen needs to try and rebound just a little bit. Getting that third base up is going to be really important. But the Zergling's going to scout it, so Red Flash knows that this transition's in mind. So he's going to have time to get his lair up. He does build more Roaches. He needs some of that gas to go into Ravagers. If he doesn't have Queens to walk across the map, if he doesn't have Hydras, he's going to need something to be able to put pressure a little bit further back.
Yep. Now, the thing is, though, at this point, it is definitely a good position for the Zerg player still. He's got himself 3 bases already saturated. He's once more going into Baneling Nest. I'm assuming there's going to be Hydra then relatively soon as well. If he doesn't have it already. No, he doesn't have it yet. I guess he hasn't seen a Void Ray yet, has he? I don't know. Maybe he has seen one. I'm not sure. Prism is going into the back. Vel, once again, feels ambitious. Got charge done on these Zealots. Warp it in the main base. Zealots at the 3rd. Not a bad idea.
Underscore. Zealots at the 3rd.
Underscore.
Underscore.
All right, here we go. Is he going to right-click and shoot lasers at the 3rd? Yes!
Yeah.
Of course he is!
Of course he is.
It's Diamond League.
Hey.
Void Rays. Lasers.
What do you think, Tasteless? Are we going to see Marines?
Crazy game.
Oh, I was just saying, he's got to finish this off. He can't
Yeah.
afford. Yeah, okay, so there we go. It's like he's lost just enough here. He's got to be able to make that count. But 151 to 112. I like the Ravager count a lot more here. Oh, he's got to respect it. Okay, he does. He does respect the Ravagers. I've done that to him way too many times, so he's been hurt enough. Velharden is kind of in an okay spot here. Limiting the Zerg player to 3rd base is good, not great. This is one of about 3 things he's got to get happening.
Yeah, so... I mean, once again, we've seen this now every game. every game.
Detected.
Even though this should be now a significant Protoss advantage, there was like no macro really going on at home in the meantime, so we're still only at 53 workers. Zerg is still, yeah, definitely in this. I mean, you should transfer the workers to the new base. But, yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're asking a lot here, Loko. You're asking
sorry.
for us Diamond players to macro? Like, come on.
Yeah, macro and micro. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, here come the Zerglings. Honestly,
Okay,
yeah, take it. The greedy move. Sure.
That's gonna kill a base.
Yep.
That base is dead.
Protoss out of position.
And Velharnen's gonna be upset. No. Okay, good. I was like, if those Zerglings suddenly peel off the base, yeah, you
Good
can
force
force
field.
field these Zerglings, but this is just to make yourself feel better. This doesn't really do a whole lot. Velharnen's already lost so much. He's gonna have to push and win.
He just like got his leg cut off and he put a band-aid on it. It's like, yep, that'll fix it. Feels a little bit better about the situation, but yeah, now he's forced into essentially a 2-base all-in. Chrono's out the +1 flyer upgrade for no apparent reason, but he's ready to go. Does he have an observer here? He does have an observer somewhere, but he wants to fight this right here, right now. The thing is, it's been a Hydra transition. 16 Roaches, 17 Hydras. It's pretty good for the Zerg.
Yeah, this is a really good spot here for Red Flash. Red Flash might even try and force the issue. He doesn't have to. He can just push this off a creep and then just stick back at home. He's got a nice little choke to work with. The range units of Red Flash sitting in the back away from harm, and yeah, Velharnen going back home. This is deadly. This is deadly. He cannot afford to be back at home. There's nothing fear for him. I mean, he's going to get a 3rd base, but the probe count is down. The production is down. Templar Archives is going to be some saving grace, but without disruptors, I'm a bit worried.
What is it with 3 High Templar? I think someone told Vel that 3 High Templar is the magic number. I think you want more. I think you want at least 5. Can someone tell Vel he should get 5? I think it's a good idea. But yeah, he's in a weird spot. So Zerg has a huge army though, but it's like Roaches and Ravagers, right? And like Hydras. It's against High Templar, it's not that great.
Yeah,
Type it in game, Loko. I am a referee, but I don't think I should tell him that he should make more High Templar right now. He'll probably watch this VOD. Vel, you should have like 5 High Templar at this point, not like 3.
Vel, if you're watching, get wrecked, noob. No, I'm kidding. He knows I'm kidding, Chad. Oh, that's a nice juicy storm there on top of a lot of the army. That softens things up a bit. He's not going to be able to engage off a creep. He's got to be careful. A second storm's going to get on top of the left side of that army as well. This is rough. 17 workers have gone down, Loko. 4th base. We have a ton of run-bys here. This is happening. This is what he needs to get back in this game.
Yeah, it's Rushy observing the series, by the way, guys. I totally didn't miss those. I wouldn't have missed. Oh, God. He takes a couple of corrosive balls to the face. My mouse is on the ground, remember?
Yeah, wow.
So that was great, though. That was really good. Yeah, now he actually... Wait,
I mean...
Did he recall probes, or like, what happened? He's still fully walled in. I think he recalled workers to the 3rd.
hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man. And you got all the tools that you can use. Some of them are just easier to use than others. And in this case, Velharnen leaning into that. Good for him.
Yeah, can't blame him. He's a smart man.
Ooh, I actually like this, kind of catching the Zerg army out of position. There's not a whole lot to really sandwich this force, and he does have a significant amount of energy for these storms. So I think he's trying to bait Red Flash into this position here. He's kind of holding a really good spot. The army's coming in from the north side. Those squishy units are going to have to be careful
force
here.
Fields. He's going to have to land some good force fields. Okay, that's...
Oh, yeah, some great force fields go down here. Protected a lot of that valuable army here. Velharnen's closing the gap here. It's 94 to 75. More force fields keeping things going. Red Flash not using those corrosive biles to really deal with those force fields to try and open pathways up. So Velharnen now is going to take a supply lead?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
All right, so Zerg ended up losing another base. The thing is, Red Flash has never really capitalized on the advantage very much. He's never been sitting at that many workers. So he's been kind of like going middle of the road, a couple of Zerg units here, and then a couple of drones, and then a couple of Zerg units, and then a couple of drones. Rather than like droning first pretty hard, and then making Zerg units, right? So he's been walking around with like a low-tech army, now finally adding in some infestors, but now the game, yeah, is for all intents and purposes pretty even. I don't think there's a whole lot that... that Zerg can do at this point, can he? Like, there's storms available. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think the Zerg has options here. He is going to get into infestors, and that's going to help. Having the opportunity to fungal this ball of Void Rays, people don't respect the biles, Loko. They don't. And if you get a nice fungal on that and you drop corrosive biles, you can wipe an army in just a blink of an eye. And Velharnen's going to have to be careful. He's going to have to recognize when those infestors show themselves so that he can make sure that he doesn't accidentally fall victim to that, because there are plenty of Ravagers. Corrosive biles are going to be at the ready. And Red Flash has plenty of energy on top of this as well. He doesn't, I guess he is a little bit lower. He's got about 5, but 5's enough.
Yeah. No, I actually think the amount of infestors is good. He's got to go Vipers as well. So, like, Red Flash is going to try and channel his inner Serral, grow magically a third arm, and micro all of these units at the same time. It's going to be tricky. He did take bottom right. He did also retake the fourth he just lost. A couple Archons are coming up. Okay. A few Zealots over here really want to die for a little bit. They're like, yeah, okay, good. And here comes the rest of the Zerg army. Good feedbacks. There's that fungal you were talking about, though. Are there going to be any corrosive biles? Oh, my God. Rushy.
Yeah!
Is this a scripted game? Did you just predict the future?
Velharnen, you have fallen this to me too many times. Learn, please, do better. Be better than me. Be better than me, Vel. You can do it. I believe in you. No disrespect, Red Flash. None.
That was like disrespect to yourself. Not really to Red Flash, but to yourself.
That's okay. Just make sure to hit the subscribe button on your way out. That's okay. But we do have a fleet beacon
Prime
on the
Gaming,
way
Prime Gaming, everyone.
Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime.
All right, fleet beacon comes up. We should see a third Stargate as well, I think, sometime. But either way, fourth base has been acquired. New Archons are being added into the mix as well. All right, so we have Viper, Infestor, Hydra, Ravager. This unit composition's tricky, but playable. Parasitic Bomb is fantastic. Oh, no, he decides to go for Abductions instead. Gets a couple of the... Ooh, there you go. Void Rays.
Yeah, actually, the Parasitic Bomb fungal combo would actually be really strong against this army, because then you don't have to worry about the Ravager Biles. You would just lock that whole army in place, and Voids are big enough that the Parasitic Bomb would just obliterate everything.
Dude. Diamond League is... people are really fucking good these days in Diamond League. It's so good. It's nice to see.
Twitch Prime, Strange Ways, thank you so much. That was very kind of you. I appreciate that a whole lot here. This army is going to engage, but the Archons make this very scary. Those Hydras and the Ravagers are not going to absorb those shots nearly as well as they need to. And with an
Parasitic
Observer,
Bomb?
Parasitic Bomb is going to get down on that. He's not splitting off these units just yet. There's not a whole lot here. He can't afford to lose all those
Parasitic Bomb!
Voiders are going to get so low.
Whoa, that was actually such a sick fight. So he took a lot of storms to the face there with the Zerg units, but at the same time, he dealt some damage with both Parasitic Bomb and Fungal Growth. Val's going to be forced to return, keeping at least a bunch of his Voids alive. He ended up losing 9 of them in total so far. Is there anything Vel can do, though, to defend against this Zerg counterattack? He doesn't have Storm energy available anymore. As a matter of fact, he's got no High Templar. Warping in a couple right now. Zealots, obviously, with charge, though, still going to be good against these just Hydra armies.
Yeah.
And I think he's got enough to push this back.
Yeah, he does. I mean, these Voiders are playing on borrowed time at this point. You gotta give props to Velharnen. He's trying to preserve as much as he can. He's getting carriers out 2x2. Hurrah, hurrah! It's additional roach production out of Red Flash, and that is a bit of a concern for me. He doesn't want to have that many, especially at this point. Ravagers can be an option, but he's maxed out. He's got plenty of. He's got plenty of economy back behind this. I think this is the opportunity for him to get into the lurker count. But as long as he is maxed out, that's not going to be a possibility. I don't know. Where does the Zerg player go from here?
I think he's making all the right moves, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing, like, Spore Crawlers and all that added on and, like, more eco in general. But, like, this is a very technical army composition to micro. If he can, like, engage in the same way that he did just now with both Fungal and... Parasitic Bomb, and then like not take storms to the face, he's definitely got a way of winning this game. Veldo, he's actually like, I don't like this move out at all from the Protoss. Like, he's fighting before maxed out. Carriers are nowhere to be seen. There's the Parasitic Bomb once again.
Oh, split.
Yeah, it deals 120 damage. I think he should be okay. Oh my god. There's the storms. Okay, now he's getting a little bit ambitious. He's going through the speeding circles though, so the High Templar storms actually miss. Here's the carriers.
I think that's
Hello.
Be
Hello.
No, the carriers are just chilling. Oh.
They're still carriers, don't worry.
Yeah. Whew. Oh, good grief. I mean,
okay.
What a game number 3 here. This is a series. This is a full-on series.
This is an actual game. I think Protoss here should be sitting back. Just max out. Sit behind your walls. Try and use that static defense to your advantage and max out on Skytool's units. Because truth be told, most of the time for most people below... I would say 6k MMR, but probably more than that. They'll have a very hard time stopping the maxed out Skytool's army. So I think just sitting back is not a bad idea. Just, you know, camp on carriers. Get some storms out. Go +3 missile, or what's it called? Like +3 flyer attacks. Let the Zerg player take the map. You don't really care. Like, Red Flash at this point, he's got a huge bank. But he's scared to attack. Now, luckily, Vel is going to make it easier for him and is going to, you know, allow him to trade out units more effectively.
All right, chat. We're 22 minutes into the game. You got to let us know who you're cheering for. Low P in the chat for Vel. Low Z in the chat for Red. As Vel Harnan.
Are you a fake American?
The storms.
Okay, there's the abduction. Yeah, so this move out here by Vel only helped Zerg. Yep, there's another carrier. Beautiful moves right here for Red Flash. He's going into Corruptors right now, too. My god, Red Flash. The balls on this guy, man.
Well, that's a much better choice here. The Roach sync earlier was not necessarily the right call, and so Corruptors are going to be the correct follow-up. I think this might be the point where Red Flash tries to force the issue. He wants to try and catch Velharnen out on the map while he's not near his shield batteries. This army is starting to look a little less scary each push that comes across. To Velharnen's credit, he is spending his money, but that's the problem, is he's run out of money. Meanwhile, Red Flash is starting to make Oprah look a little bit on the poor side, a little bit on the broke side.
I was wondering where that sentence was going to go. It's like, where? Okay, yeah. Out of all the rich people you could have picked. That works. That works.
Jeff Bezos? Would that be better?
Jeffrey
Bezos.
All right, here we go. Abductions are coming up. Storm, hello. Okay, there we go.
lag.
There's the battery overcharge. Yeah, so notice here, though, that Protoss is helping out Zerg every time he moves out. Like, he shouldn't be moving out until he's maxed out. Like, Red Flash wants to fight at this point in the game, right? Like, this is the moment where Zerg is like, okay, let's fight. Because I've got so much money, I want to replace some of those units. And instead, like, Vel, no, stop moving. Vel, this is the 4th time you're attacking before maxed out. Please go back home. Wait until you're maxed.
He's trying to play honorably, Lowko. He doesn't want to sit back and just use the power of shield battery overcharge to keep him in the game. He wants to go out and assert his dominance. This is the Golden Armada, the Golden Fleet.
Yeah,
they can't wait at home. Got to be attacking.
All right.
Put the mouse on the floor.
Lowko, put the mouse on the floor. Stop it. Okay, Storm. Yeah, so exactly. Like, Zerg, how are you going to fight this, Zerg? He's trying to abduct the units one at a time. Because Zerg players are creepy like that. Like, come here. Come closer, carrier. Let me tell you a little secret. And they yoink you. It's crazy.
Yoink.
Yoink. Here's the Zealot team. Moving on over. Nice fungal there, dude. Red Flash is playing some impressive StarCraft. I'm actually very impressed with Red Flash. Like, this is some proper StarCraft.
Dude, this is really good. If you guys are really enjoying this game, you got to make sure to drop that Twitch Prime at twitch.tv/LowkoTV. Come on, guys. This is wonderful here. Oh, no. He's going to lose all the probes. Ah!
I thought you were going to bring up your own channel.
He's okay, but...
What is that Ultra Cavern doing there, Red Flash? I'm familiar with Evos at the third, but what about an Ultra Cavern in the middle of the map?
Hashtag just diamond things.
Yeah. He's like, fuck, I need an Ultra Cavern. Let me put it down right here. Middle of the screen. He's like, Spore Crawler, Ultra Cavern. Maybe that's what happened, actually. Maybe he fat-fingered the hotkey and he accidentally didn't get the Spore Crawler planted, but an Ultra Cavern instead. Nope, he's got another Ultra Cavern at home. So I think he must have
the ultimate flex. I have so much money, I can just waste this Ultra Cavern. What are you going to do about it? Kill it?
Oh, here come the abductions. Yoink. Dude, Red Flash, that was perfect. That was actually really good.
No, this is a very, very tight game here. I think this game should have been over 2 or 3 different times, but you know what? Props to our players for fighting this one out. We've got additional carriers coming in. Archon's getting warped in. The upgrades for the Zerg player are doing really, really well. Velharnen is a bit behind. He doesn't have any ground upgrades. It's just +2 air. +3 is about halfway done. But imagine if he had +2 ground. He would just shred through these infestors and these hydras.
Yo, I know the winner of this tournament gets a coaching session with me, but if Red Flash wins, maybe he can teach me how to play late game. I think that would be very helpful, man. Well, here we go. Here come the storms. Parasitic bomb. Parasitic bomb. Very nicely done right
Parasitic
there. Splits
bomb.
off to you. Hello, Brian. _
Parasitic bomb _
So he still has so much supply, though, and these freaking Void Rays that, like, took lethal damage, but 1 HP. 15 minutes ago. And they were still here, soaking up supply. So this Protoss army isn't as strong as it probably should be.
Oh, Velharnen. Oh, Vel. I'm going to the Battle.net forums if you win this game, my friend. I love you a lot. But wow, that got scary for a moment. I mean, this, again, imagine if the upgrades were behind this. He did get +1 shield, so that's pretty good for the Archons.
I think he's winning, Marshy.
I'm
a little concerned that this game is gonna end with Protoss like storm, and then everything.
And then GG. Ah, good game. Well played. Oh, cannons. Oh, shield battery! No! Who's gonna get one through?
Yeah, there's a Zealot though. Zachary is like, you know what? Screw you. Die.
Oh.
He's not even
the Zealot?
Yeah, like that's his name for sure.
Oh, fair enough.
Sorry, I know there's a fight going on the other side of the map, but I had to look at Zach. I can call him Zach.
Yeah. Observing. Wow. Caster, please.
Okay, base ends up going down here.
Oh my god.
There's 25 Zealots in this army. Okay, not all in this army. Apparently a couple of them are working on the Lurker Den. There's a whole load of them right here on the left side of the map too. Mouse on the floor, Lowko. Mouse on the floor. Lurker Den number 2.
Okay, so this is theorycraft right now. I mean, we've got the ultras. This might be your fault, Lowko. You've done a lot of these videos where the ultra is going to be a good composition mixed in here, but it's the Archons that scare me. We don't have any upgrades. +1 on the ground is still in research.
Oh
this
god,
might
the ultras
just
in
be
the
enough.
back.
But it's going to be a good positioning here. Everything's going to come up to the front here. Good yoink on the carries. The carries are out of the fight. It's just one carrier left here. Velharnen loses a lot of his supply.
Yeah.
It's additional ultras on the way as well. But this SimCity might work out well for Velharnen.
Yeah, I'm with you. He needs to respect the ultras. I think Archons alone, without upgrades, aren't going to cut it. You really are looking for Immortals. When Zerk is going this ultra heavy, like, I know Void Rays and carriers and stuff are going to be pretty good. He even sent some Zealots right now, too. Queen over here trying to keep it alive. Not bad. I don't think you want to go both Lurkers and Ultras. I think that's a little bit extreme. One of the two is fine. But I do think you have to respect the Ultras here and add on some actual ground units. But yeah, you're right. There's not a whole lot of upgrades. for those ground units. And the solid run-bys have been, like, killer, though. What's this probe doing here?
Just be cool. He's trying to assimilate.
Yeah, that's all right.
Blend in. Day 43, the drones have accepted me as one of their own. I do not work because I would take to the wrong base.
He's just staring out into the distance.
Yeah.
That Hydra could have killed it too, man, but that Hydra had a heart.
Someday Brenda will accept me as one of her brood, but until then, I sit and wait, contemplating life.
It's the Philosopher Probe.
What is the meaning of...
I'm familiar with the Philosopher's Stone, but this is Valharnin and the Philosopher's Probe. Just hanging out.
It's a 30-minute game.
Yeah.
DreamHack, eat your heart out. LowkoTV Tournament, this is where it's at.
All right, here come the Ultras, though. There's Hydras underneath this. Like, the Ultras are so awkward, though. If the Storms still land on the Hydras here, that would not be great. Corruptors here floating forward. Most of the Ultras still get picked off right now by the amount of Protoss ground units. The Storms haven't even really been part of this army yet. There you go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is kind of being a terrible situation here for Red Flash. He kind of went into the meat grinder that was the Archons. A lot of the Ultras are going to be able to get away, but so many of them ended up getting just demolished as a result of it. And it's all come down to positionings here. It's going to be a lot of static defense for Red Flash to try and keep himself in this game, and you've got to respect that. Both of these players are absolutely playing their hearts out. We have got to cheer so loudly for these guys when they come back into the chat. You've got to give them the props they deserve. This is a great game 3.
Yeah, this is a really good game for sure. He really needs to redistribute the workers, though, because he's got, like, plenty of... Okay, he's finally sending drones to the new base. He's not really getting a lot of income, even though he's got a lot of workers. Finally, he's sending them to some of those fresh mineral patches. Same for Vel, who's now also saturated the base on the left. This is a banger of a game.
Oh my gosh, this is outstanding here. Okay, this army is going to come to the right-hand side. I don't think attacking into the static defense is a really good choice here, but he is going to wrap it up with engagement on the left-hand side to put some pressure onto that base. Staying back is going to be really important here. He doesn't want to just take free damage to the spine crawlers. Even though he can kill them, that probe, 2 probes!
Now there's 2 of them!
They are living their best life. You cannot even begin to understand.
Ultimate BM here from Valharnin, man. No! Don't you dare kill Perry. That's Perry right over there. He's just staring off into the distance.
That's okay. The true philosopher. I've witnessed my brother commit atrocities.
This guy's been there for a good 5 minutes. I don't know how he got here or why he's here, but I don't care anymore. I want him to live to the end of the game. Oh. This is a scary Protoss army, though, Rushy.
Yeah, it's a lot of storm energy, and that's going to come up the ramp, and they're going to all choke up here. Those Hydras are not going to take too much just yet. The Corruptors are still very scary, though, especially alongside the Ultras, but the Ultras are starting to get picked away here as long as they get pulled back. Another giant storm goes down on top of the Hydras. It's GG! The Protoss is OP! Get to the BattleNet forums!
This is a sick game. Well played right here by both of these guys. Impressive stuff from Red Flash. Despite the fact that he ended up losing it, that was really good. Congratulations, Valharnin, for moving on to this tournament.
Amazing.
We may have peaked, chat. Maybe all downhill from here for the rest of the day.
Amazing.
GG's. Yeah, they'll be back in the chat here in a minute. Impressive game by the both of them. Well done.
Boom, 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 boom. That's for you. I know how much you like the tuba sound.
Alrighty, guys. So, this is... Wait, hold up. Is this the quarterfinals? Or, yeah, this is the quarterfinals. So, the winner of this particular one will go up against Inter in the semifinals. So, it's a best-of-3 series still. I'm pretty sure everyone remaining at this point is, you know, Diamond 1, probably. I can't imagine. Anyways, so spotting here in top right-hand corner of Jagannatha. Game number 1 of this best-of-3 playing with the blue SCVs. We have Protoss OTP. What does that stand for?
On the Protoss. I don't know.
I mean, I would have... What? Oh, one-trick pony? Is that it?
Oh, no.
Ooh, really?
Ouch. Yikes.
Ouch.
Oof, 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 oof.
Original Terran player. Maybe that's it. One true pairing. All right. Anyways, the opponent with the red Terran pieces, also known as the nephew of one of the tournament administrators.
Wow.
I don't know, man. And he makes it to the quarterfinals. Kind of sus. Is this event rigged or not? We have a weird red. Oh, God. He felt guilty. Oh, God. What's going on right now?
Yeah, he's trying to balance himself out. This is like the handicap option where he takes his units and stops being as efficient for a moment just to give his opponent an equal footing.
That's
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's right.
Also, Blue Hair Critic just sent me a link to a fridge that costs 8,400 euros, and it literally looks like a jungle. Like, it has like lights and vines on the outside of it. I'm like, bro, I just need something that keeps things cold.
I believe it was Russia, or sorry, not Russia. I think it was Motlasis that like bought a new fridge and it had like a camera and everything inside as well. It was like, no, it's very helpful because then you can go to the store and you're like, wait, do I still have this? And then you can look at your smartphone app to see if you still had milk in the fridge. Am I just living in the 20th century, or I feel like I'm not missing out on anything?
There, I just posted the fridge. So yeah, Chad, if you want me to have that fridge, you know where to find me. But that's a little excessive.
Oh, God. That does look a little excessive. Yeah, I don't think that's needed. That looks cool, though. Loco is living in the 20th century. I don't even have room for one of those big fridges, guys. I have, like it's like built into the kitchen type of thing. Anyhow, Terran versus Terran, Rushy. Talk to us. Why is it your favorite matchup in the whole wide world?
Because as a caster, it's job security, because there will be so much of it to cast as they sit and meticulously place one tank at a time to try and get the slight edge. And then all of a sudden, wait, one player has an extra Raven? Oh, I guess they win. It's amazing.
We do have a little bit of build order variety. I'm not even going to respond to that. We have the command center into the factory and the starport, whereas Weird Red went for the factory and the starport first.
Oh my gosh. Asks his co-caster's opinion, ignores it entirely. This is what I have to work with, guys. This is what I'm working with.
No, I thought it was Protoss with the easier tools, Rushy. I think Terran has it quite hard.
That's fair. No, I do like this push, though. Weird Rat's coming out with a lot of aggression. He did only now just start his second base, so that is going to provide for a little bit of interesting timing here. Protoss OTP has a lot of resources at his disposal.
And he's also like just barely missed this. So he's scouting everywhere with the Reapers and the Hellions and everything. But he just barely missed the freaking medevac that's floated past everything. Good lock on there, though. Oh, God. Okay.
he picked up the tank for it to...
He picked up the tank as it died.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I feel bad.
That's not how you do it. That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it.
Oh, God. That only happens when your game's getting casted as well, right?
Yeah,
and
we sit and stare at it and talk about it.
Oh, he must feel so bad right now.
And hey, you guys remember that this guy is related to one of the admins?
Yeah, probably Fluffy Waffles family, huh? I'm not surprised.
This is the one moment they finally talked mom and dad into seeing what this StarCraft thing is all about. And wait, you're just bad at it? Oh, son, why don't you do something like math?
That was rough. That was painful. He was ready, like in his mind, he was like, okay, I'm fucking Maru. I'm going to pick up that thing, drop it off again, float the medevac away out of range of the meta, and then, you know, you just put the tank in and it insta-dies. Are you winning, son?
Are you winning, son?
Oof. Anyways, it's still Terran versus Terran, so even if you lose 10 supply worth of stuff for free, siege tanks are real good. You can kind of just sit here and prevent your opponent from pushing in comfortably. So it's not like Weird Red is going to straight up lose this. But it's difficult, obviously, for him to do anything here for the foreseeable future. But he's still making tanks. He's still making Ravens. The man can definitely still come back here. It was only 10 supply after all. I mean, he killed a little bit. Yeah, he killed a little bit as well on the other side of the map.
I think this is this is an okay spot for Protoss OTP. He's gonna get the third base delayed here for a brief moment, maybe.
Oh, no.
What a nice guy. Wow, that was very kind of him.
Oh god.
Okay,
so the Siege Knight got no chill. It's like locked and fired. There, it's with the water lilies now.
But I think this is fine for a Protoss OTP. He's gonna get his third base. He's gonna crank that forward. Not even gonna lose any time on that. Weird Rat is unfortunately not finding any advantages on the opposite side of the map. And when you are equalized on army count, you should be close on worker count. 12 workers down, not gonna cut it though.
Yeah, I was just looking at the water for a little bit. What if this is the surface of 2,000 atmospheres? Like, what if you end up on Jagannatha if you go all the way to the surface? There you go. This is all I had to share.
I'm 14 and this is deep.
Yeah, it's true. I saw water. That's the only thing I can think of. What if all the maps are actually just connected? Yeah. Wow. What if the space maps are above Jagannatha? That's a great point.
Oh my gosh. Are we gonna... All right, Joey. Mr. Nice __ username. You got to come up with the... How can we connect all of the maps in the map pool? There's got to be some continuity here. It's like a Dark Souls game.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Everything we see can be connected.
Yeah, exactly. We need like an elevator and like, there's definitely options here. Lowko seems very interested in the games and nothing else. I mean, Brushy did bring up jokingly that Terran versus Terran can be a little bit passive. We could dive deep into the build orders, but it's okay. We'll get across the map. Couple of Marines over here at the front for Weird Rat. They're going to be forced to scout. Already it's triple CC, though, for Protoss OTP, so he doesn't really need to attack, right? If it's 2 versus 3 base, he could just sit back and just wait. I think actually attacking into his opponent's natural might be a bit of a mistake. Weird Rat, though. Feels bad about the situation, wants to meet his opponent out in front. Decides better of it, goes back.
Yeah, that was a nice little shot there. Both players operating without Medivacs at this current moment, which seems...
Yeah,
okay, wait,
two.
no. Okay. Those looked like Ravens, but the Ravens are off to the right-hand side. So Weird Rat, though, does not have any Medevacs in this army, which is worth noting.
No, I don't think you want to go here, my man. I think he wants to capitalize on the on the Raven situation. Does grab a couple of the tanks so far. One tank still firing. Actually, the pathing right here getting blocked. And you know what, Weird Rat making the best of the scenario, but like he's got stuff over here that's not doing much. Protoss OTP at the same time already grabbed himself the 4th base.
Did he grab
He really
himself?
wants that tank. Yeah, he really wants the tank. He gets it. Crabbed? Did I say crabbed? Oh. Alright. 3rd CC is done. Additional barracks. 2-2 comes up as well. He is ahead in upgrades, though. Weird Rat.
Yeah, he is. He just gets his 2-2 started right now. Combat Shield, though, is a bit behind. But, I mean, both players don't have it, so it's not really that big of a concern here. I think Protoss OTP is going to be able to lock this down. Tank should be able to fire in place. Will make the most of this situation. Oh, surprisingly enough, actually not. So Weird Rat will be able to keep his 3rd base. Kind of thought that was going to go better for the blue Terran player. I keep wanting to say Protoss player because his name is Protoss, but... he is continuing to get the production cycle taken care of. Every minute that goes by, though, is a nasty one here for Protoss OTP because that in a mirror matchup, those upgrades are really, really important. So 2-2 about halfway done, just now starting +1 vehicle weapons for tanks. I don't want to see how Weird Rat's going to be able to wrestle this one back if he's given the time to do so, but it seems to be the case so far.
Yeah, so both players have lost all their Ravens. And those upgrades from Weird Rat are going to be huge. I mean, obviously, he still isn't in a great economical position here, but considering where the game was at a few minutes ago, I think that this is the best he could really hope for. So he's going to go into the 4th CC. I think sitting back is not a bad call either. Going for the sensor tower just to make sure he sees everything on the minimap. Ready to roll out. I'm sorry.
Okay. So now we start seeing the fourth base transition for Protoss OP. He's at the point where he's almost maxed out. He really should be putting on the pressure. His opponent's got 60 less supply, and okay, it seems like that is going to end up being the case. So we will start seeing some split off here. 16 Marines going to go into those medevacs. Those will go harass what is an inexistent fourth base location, but it is now scouted. The duel. I mean, that was Alexander Hamilton versus Aaron Burr, and of course we saw Aaron Burr winning that one. It's a nice job. But not seeing the fourth base, it should be a big telling moment here for Protoss OTP. He should be acting.
Go sports.
That is literally American history that I quoted.
I have no idea what you just said.
It's a musical. Hamilton.
Oh, spoilers? Oh, shit. Spoilers, Chad. Look at his face during all of that. I have no idea. My American history is not that good. I was pretty happy with my yards versus pounds situation earlier today. Okay, let me have my moment. Either way, here's the big army from the blue Terran player moving across the map, but the two medevacs. All right, he's going to bypass the fourth, go straight into the natural. There is a siege tank, plus another tank in the main base, although he unsieged it right as this happened. Yeah, you know what? Since it's not kind of... Yeah, it's not in sync right here with the majority of the blue Terran army. I think this is okay. I mean, he loses the CC. If he's losing the CC, that would kind of suck. Tries to target it down. Gets the siege tank at least, but now this is cleaned up. He can focus on the blue army here, the big one.
Oh, I mean, he's got to stem forward as a result of this.
Oh,
he can't just clump up. Yeah, he's got to get it on top of this, but Weird Rat's going to have a really good position. He should be able to clean this up, I think. There's a lot of medevacs here that are going to provide support. I cannot believe that Weird Rat is doing all of this without a single medevac. That just feels wrong.
Yeah, he doesn't have any medevacs at all at this point in the game. Upgrades have also been evened up here. These medevacs are helping out quite a lot, though. I mean, he could add on Liberators, which is exactly what he does right now. Liberators to force the opponent on siege and leave. It's not a bad idea. Okay, 3-3 is coming up here for Weird Rat. He has secured the fourth base now, morphing it into a planetary. Oh, no, no, no. You do not need to be here. We wait until the Liberators are done. Where's that natural?
I mean, that was good economic damage. He pulled that base away for a really, really long time, and now there's no workers there. 84 to 59. He's still going to have to re-rally workers that were at different locations. The fourth base is coming down, but these tanks are going to be really difficult to break. Liberators should help with that, though.
Yeah, so that's why you do like having Vikings in this scenario. Once you have that air elite, you can go into Liberators quite nicely. That's 2 tanks. There you go. Not bad at all. So Protoss OTP rather does want to continue fighting. Now Weird Rat also has the luxury of a planetary fortress, although he does need to get his army in position and quickly. Liberators coming up. He needs to siege those in the right place at the right time. Okay, no tanks here for Weird Rat. I think this might be a little bit too much. Liberators get sniped. Planetary is in range right now of the siege tank, or siege tank is in range of the planetary. I think this might be the moment he was looking for all this time.
Yeah, it's starting to look like the beginning of the end here. This base is going to go down despite, well, okay, maybe not despite best efforts, but it's going to be enough damage here. Game number 1 goes to the blue Terran player, Protoss OTP, taking game at the beginning of the series.
Yep. Yeah, it can all be traced back to that little 1-1-1 opener that we saw Weird Rat going for. He did a great job, by the way, spending his money, and his macro actually seemed really impressive. It's just that, yeah, that one little medevac drop at the beginning was not great.
Rushy eating rotten food? No, I don't get to eat food anymore. That doesn't happen unless I order DoorDash.
DoorDash is an amazing... Okay, no, wait. No, it's not sponsored, right? It's just...
Not sponsored. Although someone asked me that.
The only times I've ever heard anyone talk about it is because it's sponsored.
Oh, wow. I'm not cool enough to be sponsored, so I talk about things that just exist in my life. Forge the corn from the fields. Okay. I know that you think it's funny. And there's a LOL. Everyone's gonna check W, which would be great. But you have to remember that the corn, majority of the corn in the field is what we call feed corn. It's not actually meant for human consumption. It's
but hypothetically
meant to be
speaking,
processed.
right? hypothetically speaking, you needed to go out and you really do need corn as a last means of survival. How far would you have to walk to go get corn? Like, I know it's illegal and everything, but hypothetically.
About a couple 100 feet.
I know nothing about Iowa, but I like that this is a thing that actually, you know.
Yeah, it's not far. Like I could be in the middle of a cornfield in 2 minutes of a walk.
Nice. Alrighty. Protoss OTP showing some build order variety. So far, mostly today, we've seen, players doing the same build several times. Well, look at that. The man's feeling ambitious, planting down a couple barracks on the other side of the map. 2 gas at home as well. It is a best of 3 series. If Weird Rat once again, no second gas yet. I think he's thinking about going for an expo. This could actually kind of bite him in the butt.
Yeah, I mean that
right
might
now.
be GG.
I don't. You should. You should not start up the CC. Don't autopilot. You're scouting. Don't do it. No. No.
Oh, he's not. He's spent. He's spent.
Oh, he's doing this version of it. Oh god. Oh god. He's actually lifting up the barracks, he's putting them in the main base and building tech labs. This is the version of the build where you literally build immortals, marauders inside of your opponent's main. Oh god.
Oh,
God.
how do you not have where's your
God.
spidey senses? Why aren't they tingling?
This is not a build, Rushy. I've seen like 3 people play this ever. It worked out in that series too, for what it's worth.
I was gonna say if it works and it's stupid, it's not stupid. Oh, okay. He does see the first marauder. He steps back.
He didn't see. He didn't see.
Oh, my God.
No.
He wasn't looking at it.
Must be Fluffy Waffles family. No, wait, no. No. Sorry.
He doesn't know.
Does he know?
Exclamation point, he doesn't know.
Screw you, Lowko. Oh, he noticed.
Oh, he knows.
So it's 3 Marauders. 3 Marauders are actually surprisingly strong. Yeah, he needs to target fire down the Marines. Go to this little nuke. Ooh, this is not a little nuke. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, God. This is a lot of damage. Rashid, this is a lot of damage. Oh, no. Hello. What was that?
No, they gotta keep firing. There's no micro, only fire.
Only fire, yeah. Or fans.
No micro, only fire. Only stop.
So the problem is, if he wants to keep these 2 Marauders out right now, he does need to lift them. Like, I guess he can lift it for a little bit, get him out. I don't know. Can he get the bottom one out? Or does he lift it?
No, I think he's got to lift it.
He's got to lift both, right?
Re-rally. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
No, that's fine. This is
Hey,
fine.
yeah, drop it down. Back to production. Back to work. Oh, he's got to change the rally here. But 11 worker kills. I mean,
Yeah,
11 worker kills. Is that enough?
Yeah, it's left. Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, unless he loses this for free to it. We don't mind. I think he just walked to the... No, what? Okay. I don't know why you
Oh, he got a worker on the way out.
I don't know why. I don't think he needed to do that. I think he just walked behind the mineral line. I think a Widow Mine for a Marauder is a decent enough trait. At this point, you just try and maximize damage, right? Oh, God. This could be really bad for the Terran in blue. Okay. Liberator is out.
Ooh, okay, Liberator's actually a good choice here.
Yeah. Oh, it's so awkward. All right. I think you just target workers, man. You just target workers. Oh, God. That's so much damage. Okay, I think he's giving up on it. He's got a lot of money, by the way. If he would have made 2 command centers or at least 1 at home, there we go. There's finally 1 coming up. I think it was Cure that I saw do this a little while ago. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can even be more annoying. So if your opponent ever had an expo, you could just land it over there. Well, he doesn't, but... Hey, fun fact, chat. Did you know that right now, if you're the blue Terran player, you can put your starport over here and it becomes a blue tech lab?
That actually would be cool. I want to see that happen.
He
I
loses
kind of want to
vision
just
of
type
it.
him in chat and be like, hey, do the thing.
Yeah, you can steal tech labs.
Content!
Stealing add-ons is very uncommon, but I think you have to because now your opponent gets free vision as well, right?
Yo, Baldy, thanks for the 100 bits. He says, this seems like a fun time, and also, has Lowko been losing his mind at all? Nah, I've been keeping him pretty grounded.
Yeah.
Losing his mind underscore.
All right, so Weird Red is still in this, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yo, Weird Red, can you steal them just for the YouTube thumbnail?
Do it.
Do it, man.
Do it.
I need a thumbnail. Come on, put the starboard over there. I need a thumbnail.
Oh, he's gonna just kill it.
No!
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 It's free!
What are you doing? It's free real estate, man.
It's free real estate!
You don't look a gifted horse in the mouth.
What are you doing?
Oh, God.
Fluffy Waffle, if you don't disown this man from your family, I got serious concern.
Wow, first rigging the tournament and now this. Can't even
You were
make
the
a
chosen
thumbnail.
one. We trusted you.
No, don't you dare. That's a fucking tech lab. There's a perfectly fine tech lab right over there. Yeah, you do have to notice.
Or me
You do-
to poop on.
It's like, no, that one's dirty. It's red. I don't like red. Man.
Oh my gosh.
It would have turned blue. Fluffy Wolf is
Wow.
very quiet in the chat right now. He's like,
He's not getting food tonight.
he's not getting food tonight. Oh, no.
Oh no. Join the club.
Join the club. It's either fridge or death. Rushy,
so, yeah.
it's done.
There's no other options. I'm so
Or
sorry.
corn. Or corn.
Or
but-
corn.
Yeah, that Protoss tech lab, huh? It sounded dirty in his mind. He didn't even want it.
2-minute walk, I heard. Yep.
New subscriber detected.
Oh my
OMG,
gosh.
it's been 4 whole months.
Thank you, Caustic, for the sup.
All right, so Loco, at the 7-minute and 40-second mark, we've got one player with 73 supply and the other player with 39 supply. Who do you think is going to tap out first, and why is it the blue player?
Yeah, he's very far behind. He's very far behind. He had some really stellar macro last game, though. Like, I actually think he out-macroed his opponent pretty hard last game. It's just that he didn't have a lot of money to play with in the first place.
Yeah, Protoss is coming across the map here. I mean, unless Protoss OTP just like walks this into tank fire and doesn't micro. Like,
I mean, it's still 2 tanks over here. He can drop, obviously, right? Dropping here is huge. He's going Raven as well, but...
I mean, he is checking. He's checking for the tanks. That's a smart play so far.
Yeah.
I think he should just lift everything up
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
go into the backside of the base. Yeah, this is exactly what he should do. Now he's only got
free
1 tank
hits.
to worry about, and it's going to stay on the low ground. Oh, don't just give
Huh?
away the free Marines on the tank fire. Ooh. Okay.
This is doable,
Okay.
but it's very tricky.
Oh, okay. So we got some free targeting onto the tank. That actually ends up working really well.
Cyclone almost ends up going down. He needs that tank from the natural really badly, though. He's obviously a little bit concerned at this point, trying to bait those units. Ooh, from the main base down the ramp.
And one of the Ravens is
Unfortunately for
huge.
Weird Red, I think it's too much.
Yeah, it's at the point now that too much damage has been dealt. The ramp is always going to be under pressure. Losing both of the Ravens is critical. There goes the tank that could have saved him. 1 tank to rule them all. And 1 singular G. Fluffy Waffle, you need to have a stern talking with this young man.
Dude, that was rough, though. That was a painful series right there for Weird Red. That Medivac that ended up going down with the siege tank inside of it in the early game, and then in game number 2, Marauders in the main base, just in the one location he couldn't see. That was rough. Either way, well played right there, of course, by Protoss OTP, who will move on to the semifinals. Pretty sick. We're going to be seeing him against Inter. We'll have a quick look right here against, again at the bracket. Yeah, we have Eurono actually already waiting as well in the semis. Very nice. I will be casting both of the semis as well, by the way, guys. So we're going to see all these players. I think we probably have Veil versus Bugs. I don't know if it's ongoing right now and if you have a little bit of a break or like, I don't know. I have the steal video, Loco.
I really believe that was enough damage. I believe
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
look.
enough damage. Oh my god, he's gonna steal it! Oh, he's like, I don't need to build a tech lab. I'm gonna steal your tech lab. This doesn't happen at all anymore. But this is actually a thing. If you guys have forgotten...
That's sick, right? It doesn't really come up very often at all, but it happens from time to time. Probably not something Weird Red was familiar with. Alrighty, guys, now you're stuck with just me. With my face, my camera, and my voice. Like, this is all you're gonna get. Oh, and this is the moment that Motlisis joins. I see how it is. Coincidence? Rushy leaves, and bam! Motlisis is in Twitch chat. Rumor has it he was just waiting. Yeah, how convenient, Rushy. Or, Rushy. Motlisis. Everything's rigged today, guys. Alrighty. So real quick, again, in case you just now tuned in, I'm currently casting the very first viewer tournament, and I'm having an absolute blast with it. It's been a lot of fun. We started with quite a few players earlier today. And we have come up to just the last couple of players right now. I'm going to be casting Protoss OTP versus Inter, which is going to be our first semifinals, which is pretty sick. We'll have to wait until this series is done to cast the other one, and then obviously after that I'll be casting the grand finals as well. But it's been a blast. Look, this is fun. Yeah, I've been having an absolute blast as well. Hope you guys are enjoying it too, man. Have you ever seen Mott and Rushy in the same room? I have not, no. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, right? I'm glad you guys are enjoying it too. Alrighty, guys. Here we go. Game number 1 of the first semi-finals of the first viewer tournament. I actually half expected half of the people to sign up to be Zerg, just because I mostly play Zerg. So the first place prize is a coaching session with me. The problem is that I'm pretty sure both of these players are better at their respective race than myself. But maybe I can help them out somewhere. I don't know. Spawning in the bottom left corner with the blue Terran SCVs. We have none other than Protoss OTP, which is not confusing at all because his opponent is a Protoss player. We should have probably called this guy Terran OTP or something along those lines. Either way, I guess it means Protoss one-trick pony, right? Which is a bit mean. Either way, spawning here in the bottom right-hand corner, playing with the red Protoss probes, we have Inter Sinam. Or Inter. Oh god. I like that the man that probably has one-trick pony in his nickname is gonna go for triple barracks with only one on top of the ramp. I actually really like the variant where you go for the one on top of the ramp, just because at this point Inter is gonna scout this and be like, yep, all is A-okay. Not a problem. He's gonna harass that worker over here. Now, he should go and check out the mineral line. If he sees the second gas... Okay, good. Nice scout there. I mean, it doesn't tell him everything. He didn't actually see the lack of workers, I guess. There should be... I don't know if you picked up on this. He already planted down the Nexus. Cybernetics core here in the back, but not actually blocking this position. The cyber core is a little bit out of spot, meaning that the units are going to be able to just run by it. He's planning on going back into the base to see the CC started, but he's seen the double gas, so you should expect a factory. If he goes and checks right now, maybe he can get something out of this. If he sees the lack of factory. Oh my god. He recalls the probe, so that's kind of cute. Recalls the worker, so at least that one's back home, but I'm a little bit concerned. So he's going to be pumping out a couple Reapers. He really does need to get him out, though. I don't know why we're waiting. Hello. Can we go, please? No, we're going to save them up? Are we that ambitious? Alright. Twilight Council now to complete this wall. Fair enough. Alright. He does not know what's going on until right now. A little bit of miscontrol. Adepto ends up going down, and here's the worker. So how many workers does he need to get? At least a couple. Probably like 6. But at this point, there's a Stalker coming up. But, you know, these minerals are in a little bit of trouble. So there's 5 Reapers. Where are they all? Okay, they're coming right now. Yeah, he actually needs to be careful. This Stalker is in a lot of trouble. No pylon in range here either because he decided to go for the low ground pylon, so he can't start up a shield battery inside of the main base. And the man that probably has one trick pony in his nickname goes for a cheeky little Reaper cheese, huh? He's actually been showing a pretty sick variety of strategies so far in the games that we've watched. Micro's back, the weakened Reaper, very nice. Stalker over here in a little bit of trouble as well. KD8 charge does get thrown. And he actually just bops this this Stalker around. It's around though on one of the Reapers, but GG is cold. And we have a quick number 1. That was a painful game. A very painful game. What league and MMR are these? So this is the semifinals. So they're both Diamond 1. Which naturally happens as these kind of tournaments progress. Since obviously Diamond 1 is the maximum rank that can participate. And actually Protoss OTP apparently was Masters at some point in this tournament. But he is, or sorry, it is some point in this StarCraft 2 season. But apparently he's dropped down to Diamond 1. So it still counts. It's below 4.4k. Kinda sus. Nah. Do you think people get that sweaty about participating? Maybe. Like, the thing is, guys, when a tournament is for fun, obviously you can always have people that are trying to cheat their way to success, right? And, yeah, it is what it is. That happens whenever you put, like, any kind of limitation on an event. People are gonna always try and push the boundaries. So far, he's playing some excellent StarCraft, but not anything that I think is like, okay, this guy is way better than, you know, his MMR would indicate. He's just playing a variety of build orders and trying to catch his opponent off guard. It's not like he's clearly, like, much higher league than he's at, though, because he's been flooding a bunch of money. Not playing the game perfectly. Either way, game number 2. We are now on Lightshade. Not bad whatsoever. Spending money in this game is good, man. Yeah, making workers and spending money, not a bad idea. Obviously, yeah, people could definitely join on a Smurf account as well. That is much lower MMR. Yep. All of these things are possible, guys. They could also be listening to the game while I'm casting it. Which would also be a huge jerk move. But there's like lots of things you can go ahead and do to make it a little bit easier for yourself. There's a bit of a gentleman's agreement for people to not be douchebags, right? Or whatever you want to call it. Like just a person's agreement, right? Which is one of the reasons why we decided not to put money on the line. Because like putting money on the line, then all of a sudden things get a little bit awkward and we'd have to put in some precautions for that sort of thing. And obviously we did make some of those. Like all the players were manually checked for their MMR. But if you really wanted to, I'm sure you could cheat your way to success. It is what it is. Lowko, even if there was no smurfing, the matchups were just unfair in the first round. It made it less fun. I assume you lost in the first round? Look, the first round is the first round, right? If you, end up facing someone who's higher up on the ladder, it is what it is. At some point in a tournament, players are gonna have to face off. You can't do it perfectly unless there's like 1,000 participants. We try and make the best of it, right? Alright, anyways. Let us have a look at exactly what's happening here. Standard builds so far, it looks like, for both of these. Shield battery at the front because he doesn't want to be caught off guard with something stupid again. Goes for the Twilight Council as well. Blink openers, of course, very popular in Protoss vs. Terran for good reason. How many signups were there? I think there were 68. I remember this because I was joking that we needed one more person to check in. Because I'm a 12-year-old. Yeah, if I promoted it on YouTube, we probably could have had quite a few signups, but then this tournament would also take a very long time. So I was thinking this would take most of the stream. And considering there's still a second semifinals and then the grand finals, you know what? Scheduling doesn't seem to be too bad. So there's indeed that blink upgrade, by the way. Medivac is a follow-up right now as well. Okay, I like it. Going for a little bit of a push. We should have seeded the tournament by physical height. Yeah, we went to /r/Tinder not that long ago on stream. If we sorted on height, I'm pretty sure from what I understood from that subreddit, we just need to kick everyone below 6 foot straight out. Apparently that's what you do, according to /r/Tinder. I had no idea that people had such an obsession with height. What is this? Why? Anyways. Loco, I only have 2 feet. Oh, is he accidentally gonna find this? Ooh, if he was paying very close attention, maybe. Okay, here comes the boost. No response at all from the Protoss, who's busy over here. Okay, 8 workers here in total. So, like, for those of you that are concerned about it, like, he was up to 600 minerals there during this, or close to it anyway. So he's definitely not gonna be, you know, crazy high up on the ladder. There's no way that someone higher up on the ladder would be not macroing while dropping the Widowmine. Yeah, the only option you can have to have, like, really, like, fair first rounds of these kind of events is to have, ooh, hello, group stages or double elimination brackets. But, I mean, this tournament was meant for fun, right? Like, so, like, yeah, we can go double elimination. We can do group stages. We can do the both of them. But then the tournament would last a very long time. And, the end result would probably not be that much different. Oh, gets the Raven. That's good. Okay. So a macro game this time around, though. Robo Bay here as a follow-up as well. So we've actually seen Protoss OTP now playing a variety of builds in multiple matchups, which is really cool. Most of the players in this event seem to be focusing on one build. He even hit a supply block there, chat. Luckily, Inter is helping him out there, cleaning up a little bit of that supply. Very considerate of the Protoss. Alright, so there's the robotics bay coming up. So he can extend his thermal lance, which is always nice. Been trying to do that for you. Oh god, don't lose the prism. Okay, he goes into the main base right now with the Prism high ground video. I guess the Observer's here too. It's a little bit awkward right now. Protoss doesn't really want to stim because he doesn't have any Medivacs out yet. Okay, well, he does decide to stim, but at this point, Blink should come off cooldown once again. Please get out. Okay. Hello, Inter. Not entirely sure why he wanted to stick around for that long. But there's the Colossus follow-up. Or, sorry. Did I say Protoss didn't want to stim? Oh my god, embarrassing. I misspoke, chat. Yikes. Streamer made a mistake. Oof. Embarrassing. Imagine Stalkers with Stimpack, though. Oh, I misspoke because his name is Protoss OTP. I did say it correct. Oh, god. See? It gets even more confusing. Talking to yourself in a room is already a little bit strange, but now these players are making it harder as well. Ooh, so he's checking right here for the third. He's checking for the third over there too. And he's right. There should be a third nexus at this point in the game. That little Stalker all-in didn't really seem like an all-in, right? Starts up the CC on the low ground once again because massive penis. PP, sorry. That's what we call this. Huge dick in order to go for the low ground. Hello. Oh god. If he can blink underneath, that would be rough. I don't know why people always do this, man. Like, so at this point, right? Here's what Terran has seen. He has seen, okay, Protoss hasn't made a third base. I'm gonna go ahead and plant down my third base right over here. Why? Like, I know I know this, like, little float over there takes 3 seconds. So, like, you know, you literally can't spare it. But if you suspect your opponent going for an all-in, Yeah, huge dick is the only theory I've come up with. Sheer force of will. Asserting his dominance. Well, let's see if his dominance is going to be enough. Protoss OTP, though, coming up with a nice little concave, trying to negate some of that splash damage of those Colossi. Still, though, he is forced on the low ground right here. One of the Colossi a little bit exposed. Second Colossus also being target fired down, but good micro here as well by Inter, trying to keep that thing firing. And this is what I mean! He was forced on the low ground because of the third CC. And now all of a sudden he's forced to lift it. Now, is this the end of the game? No, not necessarily. 2 hit points on the Colossus is all it needs. As long as it's above 0, it's fine. Okay. A couple of the Zealots over there go down as well. SCV's pulled away as well from the mineral line. Marauders are trying to get some shots in on that Colossus, but the Colossus is having a grand old time. And he may have a massive PP, but he did lose the game. Protoss units need to have at least 1 HP to be OP. There you go. Had the Medivacs not been caught, he may have won that fight. Yeah, he lost 20 supply worth of stuff there as well in the middle of the map. 2 Medivacs. That was rough. Just play like Maru. Yeah, okay, that's good advice, chat. Alrighty, so that brings us to 2,000 atmospheres. So Protoss OTP has now shown us 4 builds in 4 games, I think. Yeah. What do you think it has in store this time around? Maru is okay. He's a bit of an up-and-comer. Yeah. Maru is alright. He should consider going pro one day. Literally not a one-trick pony. Yep. Could have been me, Loco, but I decided to sleep in. Fair enough. I feel like Puya was a little bit closer because he literally did lose to one of these 2 players. But, yeah, could have been you, man. If you just decided not to sleep in. What MMR are these guys? I believe Protoss OTP was 4.3 and I think Inter was 4.0. Look, the other day I watched Maru lose a TVP and then he switched to Protoss to destroy a Zerg with Void Race. So I actually didn't catch a screenshot of this, but several people messaged me that apparently... No. Apparently, Maru, just a few days ago, like I think sometime last week, was sitting at the #1 Grandmaster League position on Korea with Protoss. Now, I didn't see this. Like, I didn't see a screenshot of it, but I know his MMR with Protoss is really high. Maru plays Protoss when he's angry because he thinks it's too easy. Oof. Is that an actual, like, thing he said? Or are you just saying things? Maybe Marine Lord was right all this time. He said it was too easy. Okay, yeah. Sounds like a healthy coping mechanism. Well, there's a couple of pro gamers that are really good at their off races. And, yeah, it's not too surprising. We talked about this many times before, but I know Cyril is very good at Terran. Clem is very good at Protoss. Yeah, Clem's Protoss MMR is higher than some of the pro gamers that I regularly cover. Which is, pretty good. Scarlet obviously has won a bunch of stuff with Protoss. Yeah. There's plenty of players that are good with other races. Don't do it, Jimmy! Oh god, Jimmy's in 3 pieces. Cut his life into piece! Okay, sorry. Okay, luckily he's gonna get revenge. Yep, he will. Okay, so once again, that blink opener. A robo facility. Not too surprising. Couple additional gateways as well, so triple gateway with a little bit of Stalker shenanigans. Yeah, I know Scarlet actually switches to Protoss every once in a while in tournaments if it's a ZVZ that's coming up, right? So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like, she doesn't really like playing ZVZ very much. And I know some tournaments allow you to switch races in between the matches if you want to. So I believe she switches from Zerg to Protoss whenever there's a couple of Zerg versus Zergs in a row. Something along those lines. Yeah, ZVZ is, like, kind of tricky because you can accidentally lose. It's very easy to accidentally mess up. Anyways, yep, he's once again bringing the Widow Mines to the other side of the map. Unsurprisingly, because it did fantastically well last game. Let's see if Mr. Inter is going to pay a little bit more attention. Again, Stalker's in the wrong spot. Okay. He's ready to go for a move out again with Blink finishing up. Prism is also going across.
Add-on complete.
Alright, Protoss OTP loses the Marine over there, but he does get his opponent right as he's moving out. Oh, don't do it again. No! No! Stop it! Oh, God. Oh, mommy. Oh, okay. At the same time, there's a couple Stalkers on the other side of the map. Protoss OTP did cut quite a few workers as well, though. I don't really know exactly where his eco is at. Either way, these Widow Mines still need to be cleaned up. Oh, you already did. Okay, good. Did the, where'd the medevac go? Oh, it's over here. Okay, it's a little bit further down. Can barely see that on the minimap. 2 Widow Mines in them, so he's ready to come back in for more for round 2 in a little bit. Okay, good control here. Microing back the unit. Couple of SCVs pool, please, to repair the bunker up. Nah. Doesn't care. Widow Mines ready to go in back once again for more. Manually targeting. All right. There's a happy Terran player right over here. Assuming it doesn't just die right now, though, because he still did not pull workers right there to repair the bunker up. This now turns this into a bit of an all-in. Okay. Stalkers are still scary, though. Siege tanks are not in the best of positions either. Marines are... Oh, God. Yeah, those Marines were way too far forward. You can deal with your opponent's eco, and that's fine, but you also need to go and deal with their freaking armies. Command center, taking a lot of damage. Repair being used right now, though, by as many of the SCVs that were pulled as possible. Decides to blink inside of the siege tank range. Luckily, right there for the Protoss player, one of these siege tanks wasn't sieged. Alright, at this point, there's 3 tanks. Couple Marauders as well. Stimpack is done right now. So I don't really expect he's going to be able to go in back for more. Whew. Bold decision making, right? When you watch guys like Parting do it, it's like, you know what? This is easy. Hold my beer, I got this. And then you give it a try yourself and you lose all the Stalkers. Oh God, he just got up there. Some sexy blink micro over there into the main base. 2 siege tanks not sieged. Well, in the main base anyway. The third one was also unsieged for what it's worth. Miss blink this time around though. Gets at least a couple of them out. Except for this dude. Look at him. Whew. Straight to the surface of 2000 Atmos. It's a long way to go, my man. Alright. So both players have actually lost quite a bit. Widow Mine drop did get cleaned up. Okay, now he's just getting ambitious. No siege tank out at this point, though. No shields on a lot of these units either. He needs to micro really freaking well if he wants to get anything done. Concussive shell would not be a luxury at this stage in the game either. You know what? Maybe Protoss is actually just pushing through this right now. The Medifex are quickly running out of energy. Siege tank does come out. He decides to siege that one up in the natural expansion. Couple of reinforcements are here. Tries to pick up the units. Blinks on top of the siege tank once again. Grabs that one too. SCVs are pulled away from the mineral line. Oh my God. This is some legit good play though. I mean, obviously there's some room for for improvement, right? For example, a new bunker would not have hurt. I'm not sure if Inter has enough to finish this game, though. Yeah, he's just poking and prodding, picking off whatever he can. Blink is obviously... Oh, God. Okay, a little bit late there. Loses 2 Stalkers for free. Yeah, I think Concussive Show would be a great research here, too. It's a quick one. Inter also has 1,400 gas, by the way. Which also does not really put him in that great of a spot. Like, he's trying his best, but he doesn't have a whole lot of probes. Although, actually, he's now... You know what? I say that. He's now got more workers than his opponent ever since he's been adding on a couple more here and there. Main base is running out. Okay, blinks into the main once again. Terran obviously also running low. Okay. That Prism that's been an absolute nuisance here for quite some time gets killed as well. Okay, he needs to get some vision though. Oh, there's a second observer obviously over there. I don't know if this is the way you want to run, Inter. Inter, where are you going to go? Where are you going, Inter? Hello? Okay, decides to recall. But that's going to cost him quite a bit more. And finally, Protoss OTP gets a little bit of room to breathe. So how do you spend the gas at this point if you are Inter? Well, you could make Archons, for example, right? Not a bad idea. Or you could try and make a third base and actually send some of the probes over in that direction. I think he was intending on this game ending with the 2-base shenanigans. Maybe he got a little bit carried away. He's ahead in workers, but he doesn't have that big of an army anymore. Or, sorry, that many mineral patches anymore. Okay, I like the sentry warp in. He sees that this army is moving out right now with the 2 observers that are sieged up over here. Protoss OTP doesn't know if his opponent is stuck on 2 bases. Probably makes the assumption that there is a 3rd Nexus already done. 3rd CC starts up in range of the observer once again. Okay. So he's careful. Like, he's also waiting for some of these medivacs to heal his units back up to full. He's expecting a 3rd Nexus. Like, the worst Terra nightmare right now is to see a full base, shield batteries, and everything up and running. Doesn't see it. Okay. Force fields added into the mix. Siege tank over there. Tries to, like, get into a fancy position. Battery overcharge, obviously, always an option. Don't want to trigger it too early. And now, all of a sudden, the fight is on the other side of the map. That's siege tank, man. How many tanks have gone down this game? Oh, God. Actually, never mind. 4 siege tanks only. I think a 2nd tank at this stage. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that one rally across. So he sees at this point as well with a scan that there is no 3rd base. I don't know if he necessarily needs to give up this contain, but... Well, we go from one side of the map to the next. Don't blink to the low ground. Nope. It's tempting to try and catch those units, but that would have been a disaster. We've had some legitimately good games today, guys. There's the 3rd Nexus. 3rd Orbital Command is out right now, too. +1/+1 comes up for the Terran player. Protoss does have +1 for the Stalkers done. Might be time to transition towards the next set. Maybe a couple of these probes over to the 3rd base. May as well start long distance mining a little bit early. Siege tank on the high ground. Now the CC is coming down. Okay, so we have 2 bunkers being built. Not bad. The problem is, right, at this point, the age of the Stalker is over. It works well against small Terran armies, but at this point, these bad boys over here are going to have an absolute blast. Literally. So you need to start adding in some other units as well. So there's a 2nd robo facility, robotics bay coming up as well. Probably wants to transition into either Colossi or Disruptors here. It's a relatively low eco game, so maybe Disruptors aren't a bad idea. Alright. Terran's been adding on quite a few workers during all of this too. Going for the good old Marine Marauder. Medivac siege tank. Hitting a bit of a supply block here, so that kind of sucks, but he's taking care of that soon enough. Yeah, going straight to Skytals in Terran versus Protoss is usually not that great of an idea. It is definitely a thing that we see, but usually not until later. So Protoss OTP, though, after being very significantly behind... I mean, I say significantly behind, but I almost forgot about those Widowmine drops. Like, if those Widowmine drops didn't happen, then I think this game would have looked quite a bit better for Inter. Like, he would have had much more. Probably would have had the third base up and running long before this. Anyways, goes for the, what's it called? The Psionic Storm research right now, and double Colossus, and extended thermal lens, and additional upgrades. Ton of gas being spent, all powered by, well, mostly one pylon. A little bit dangerous. If 2 more minutes go by and he's unharmed, he's going to be in a very good spot. Okay. Good defense so far. But this is definitely a little bit greedy. Hey, Lowko, can you please pause the game? I need to get my pizza. I almost thought about doing it, but then I figured I would be a huge douche. No, no, no. If it would have been a replay, I'm used to casting from replays. That would have been fine, but these guys are actually sitting there, man. Posture's getting progressively worse throughout the game. They're probably like this close to their monitors right now. Headphone sound is probably on a little bit too loudly. They've been trying to focus on this event for the better part of the day. Trying to make the best of it. We should not make it any more painful than it is. PP, someone has to go get his pizza. Please wait. No, it is Saturday, guys. Saturday is pizza day, so you got that right. That's true. PP stands for pizza pause. I don't think that's what it stands for, but... Alright, so Inter actually has built them, yeah, a pretty good army. Ghosts have been added into the mix, too. So Ghosts, obviously, with their EMP, they can get rid of the shields on these Protoss units. Most notably the Archons, but obviously also the energy on, for example, the High Templar. And, of course, the Sentries. It's a difficult unit composition to control, though, here for Inter. Let's see how this is going to go. So many siege tanks and not a lot of zealots. He does need to have some really good storms, but those siege tanks are having an absolute blast. You can siege those, you can storm those, sure enough. But that is not the fight that you're looking for here as Protoss at all. At the same time, a couple zealots here are working at the planetary fortress at the 12 o'clock position. Colossus ends up going down, though, and most of the Protoss units, if not all of the Protoss units here, have been killed. Speaking of getting killed, 4th CC is gone. Good baiting right there by Protoss OTP. There were no zealots in that army composition, so those siege tanks had a really good time. A little bit of a medevac drop on the other side. Medevac has like no health, but it doesn't matter. As long as it's zealots. Yeah. Now he warps in a couple of stalkers instead. I think it's time to bring those units home, my man. Okay, never mind. Liberators have arrived. Much bigger army at this point here for the Terran player. This has been a sick back and forth, man. Okay. Slowly moving forward. Trying to make the best of it. But I've got a feeling that there may just be a little bit too much Terran here, guys. I mean, battery overcharge pretty good, but not that good, right? Yeah. That Colossus was having a good time. This is definitely the best game so far. We had a sick game between Velharnin and Red Flash earlier today. That was a really good one. It is that good, Lowko? Yeah, this game is really good for sure. Battery overcharge is also really good. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Jumps on the Colossus number 1. Colossus number 2. Is there Storm energy? There is not enough energy on the High Templar. They're coming up on 75 very soon. 13 more SCVs end up going down, by the way. I guess it's these Zealots over here that are having a grand time. There's the Storm finally coming up. High Templars do get killed, though. Oh my god, this is so scrappy. Because even though, right, Protoss loses a ton of units here, it's not like Terran has that much eco to back this up. And even though I feel like this game was over in favor of the Protoss, and then I felt like it was over in favor of the Terran, right now we may actually have thrown the throne to the throne. Or the throw to the throw? To the throw? I don't know. Either way, I think Protoss may be winning this now. This has been going all over the place. The game of throws. In the game of throws, you throw or you die. There is no middle ground. It's a quote from Cersei Lannister. They're playing Ultimate Frisbee instead of StarCraft. Hot potato, you give it back, give it back. Very good. Free Liberator being given here as a peace offering. He didn't want it. He's like, nah, that one's dirty. Never mind, I'll take it. Fantastic. Alright, here's the balls. He's got 2 of them. Unsurprisingly. A lot of SCVs once again end up going down though, man. We have seen so many SCVs get picked off. Liberators actually get unsieged during that. I don't know exactly why. Okay, they apparently moved back a little bit. GG, well played is cold. And, like, surprisingly, right? Okay. GG, well played twice. Good luck in the final. Surprisingly here, because it felt to me like 5 minutes ago it was Protoss OTP that was winning. It's gonna be Inter that will be moving on to the finals. That was a sick game. GG right there, Inter. Congratulations. Look, this is so polite. Is it even StarCraft 2? Shout out right there as well to Protoss OTP though for showing some really cool games. Definitely a lot of variety when it comes to the build orders and whatnot, which is, yeah, awesome. So when it comes to like the next match, it's supposed to be Yorono versus the winner of U-Bucks and Nebula. These guys were playing like a half hour ago in game 3, so I'm assuming it's done. Nebula won. They had some very long games. Okay. All right. So we're going to be going into the next series very soon, chat. Another best of 3, and then the finals is going to be best of 5. Why do dead units fly on 2000 Atmos? Because it's underwater. Any feedback, by the way, for this tournament, guys? Any improvements that we can make? Because so far, I don't know about you guys, but I'm having an absolute blast. The main complaint I've heard that someone said that the first round in the bracket wasn't very fair. But, I mean... yeah, how are we gonna... oh, there's a form? Oh my god, are we professionals or what? Wait, where's the form, Nuke? Nuke apparently said there's a form with feedback. Holy guys. I feel like such a pleb. I'm just sitting here like casting games. Huge shout out, by the way, to Drone Rush, Fluffy Waffle, and Nuke Official for like organizing this. Because like, you know, I just take the credit over here, but they've been here the entire time pretty much. There's the link to the form if you want to. Look. Are we professionals or what? Did you play in the tournament? No. I didn't. Hey, this is cool, man. Thank you guys for making this. If I could see a round of clappers in the chat. For the moderators, that would be awesome. Root cause analysis, post-mortem reports. Yeah, this is what we need, man. This is what we need. The real heroes. Yeah, I'm just a guy. Shout out to Fluffy Waffle for getting his nephew into one of the later stages. Yeah, what a legend. Good guy, Fluffy, man. Family first. I think we're gonna go plenty overtime as it is already. Because this is semifinals number 2, and then we still have the finals as well after that, you know? So it'll be, I think it'll be a long enough stream as it is. But maybe it'll be fast. You never know. Okay, Nebula is ready. Cool. You hear the beeps? Oh. Loco, I guess my pizza has to wait. I just heard, chat. I know it's gonna be a sad moment, okay? But bear with me. I just heard that apparently today it's not pizza day. I said to Lauren I was gonna be a little bit later, and she was like, "Oh, that's not a problem because my mom made soup." I'm like, and I smiled and I said, "That's great," but in reality, soup on Saturday. Soup Saturday does have a nice little, you know, yeah, it works. It works. Anyways, guys, welcome to the second semifinals of the very first viewer tournament. Game number 1 is Blackburn. What? Blackburn? There's a couple of maps we haven't actually seen yet today. Like, for example, Beckett Industries. We saw Jagannatha once. There's a couple of maps we haven't seen, right? Obviously, when I'm thinking of them, I can't come up with it. But anyway, spotting here in the bottom left-hand corner. Playing with the blue Protoss probes, we have none other than Eurono. Look at the beautiful eagle bird thingamajig. Going on the main nexus. He's also spraying some salt inside of his own main base, which is always appreciated. His opponent in the bottom right, with the red Terran SCVs, he goes by the name of Vil Nebula. Vil Nebula. Oof. Those are big words mixed together. I almost feel like you should choose, right? Call yourself Veil or call yourself Nebula. But like it's almost too much. He's got like a first nickname and a second nickname. It's okay. Urano, of course, a longtime viewer of the stream. Let us see how this particular series go. We haven't had them on stream yet before.
New subscriber.
Not today, anyway.
detected.
Yo, what's going on, AKA?
Hey Loco, long time no see, mate.
Yo, welcome back, dude. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know what the maps are going to be after this one. If Blackburn is going to be map number 1. Either way, standard opener here from both players. He's put a pylon right on top of the salt. Command center here on the low ground, but not until after he saw his opponent was also opening up with a standard build. Sometimes that second pylon missing inside of the main base can be a little bit annoying. Not going to be a problem today. Reaper's going to get across. The slow zones right here on Blackburn make it a little bit annoying. It's going to get in there eventually, but it's going to give the Protoss here plenty of time to get that adept out. What is this? Oh, God. I was drinking and my spoon all of a sudden. Hold up. Let me follow the adapter, or, sorry, the Reaper around. I was almost eating a spoon here. Cannot recommend. I think. Alright. Let us see. Loco, I love eating spoons. Fair enough. First little Reaper skirmish over here. Always a nuisance. Scouting around, trying to figure out exactly what's happening. It's going to be a robotics facility pretty early on right here from Eurono. Nice little bit of micro, actually, on these probes. Trying to keep them alive. Grabs the Reaper. Nebula at this point gets the starport out as well. He's going to go into 2 Marines. And, of course, just a regular good old production. Robo Bay really quickly as well, so... There's a couple of options that you can go for here. Probably will go into the Disruptors pretty quickly. Where did Rushy go, Loco? Rushy left me. Rushy basically got really angry that he punched his fridge and then the fridge broke. And then he said, I'm going to go cast another tournament. And then he went and do that. It's, yeah, it's a bit sad. That's exactly... That's exactly what happened. Yes.
New subscriber detected.
Yo! Assassin forever. Thank you with the 10 community subs. That is very generous. Are we gonna go straight into Colossus? Ah, okay, we're gonna go straight into Colossus. This is a little bit of... I believe it was Trap that was playing this build quite some time ago, right? But then he went with the gateways at the front. Quick Colossus opener. At least that's like a build that I was playing for a while against... It's one of those builds like that allows you to not die to stupid stuff. Not dying to stupid stuff is one of the key principles of playing StarCraft 2. It's one of the hardest things to do, not dying to stupid stuff. Lowko, I got matched with Yorono at round 2. He's like 1,000 MMR above me. Yeah, it happens, guys. Hey, thank you, Assassin. He says, I haven't been able to see the stream for a while, so I wanted to say thanks for the YouTube videos. Hey, glad you still enjoyed it. Glad you still watched. Alright, so here's the Raven coming across. Oh god, losing the Raven for free would suck. Okay. See, this is when you know you're talking about higher level players. It looks basic, but while this is also going on, he's not losing that Raven for free.
Didn't win the T3 sub.
Oof. Feels bad, Rexstar. Second place if they want to get the tier 3 sub, yeah. StarCraft is mostly mind games. I disagree, to be honest. Like, technically speaking, StarCraft 2 is a strategy game. But StarCraft 2 is very much so a game of mechanics, right? So, mechanics are absolute king. And being able to make more stuff faster than your opponent is oftentimes more important than playing the right strategy. Now, only obviously up to a certain point. But strategy doesn't really start mattering until at least like halfway up the ladder, I would say. Which is a little bit rough. Probably one of the reasons why a lot of people are deterred from StarCraft as well, because, you know, basically you first have to play 1,000 games and get half decent, and then you can play strategy. Which, yeah, can be a little bit painful. Which is why a lot of people enjoy watching StarCraft 2 more so than, you know, playing StarCraft 2. There's probably a lot of you that probably enjoy watching more than playing. That's totally fine. Don't do it, Adept! Don't do it! Stalker Man, don't do it, please, no! There's so much to live for! Urano's about 4,200 MMR. Veil's about 37. Okay. Wait, this is your son playing Mahogany? Which of the two? That's awesome. He says, Lowko, it's so cool seeing my son play live with you commentating. Rigged? Question mark? No. His son, like, he's not the admin of this tournament, Fluffy. Yorono is your boy? Dude, that's amazing. Come on, Yorono. Now I'm cheering for you as well. Vil immediately sacrifices one of the Ravens. Or the only Raven. At the same time, you know what? That bio army, I guess it's running back towards the main base. Some of it is flying back here. But that now means that the third command center is in a lot of trouble. Vil at this point is also kind of stacking up a ton of money, and while apparently the Warp Prism here gets interrupted for a little bit, this is a clear advantage at this point for the Protoss. So he's got the third CC, or the third Nexus done. It's gotta be kind of tricky. Caster bias. It's always funny to me whenever people get upset about casters being biased. Look, guys, if we cast a late game Zerg versus Protoss, I've seen Protoss win so many times before. Even when I try to be unbiased, I will still accidentally be cheering for the Zerg, okay? It is what it is. Like, I can't help it either. It's like, and there go the carriers! And it's like, oh, God, okay. Prism goes down. At the same time, even though the Prism is gone instead of the main base, there's a little bit of all army hotkeying going on over here at the front. You can tell right here by the hallucinated Phoenix going back and forth with the army. Darren is still stuck right now for the most part on 2 bases. I mean, he's got a 3rd command center. I guess he's going to try and lend it over there. He still needs to be careful, though, Yorona, that is. Vale has a lot of money in the bank, so you can kind of catch yourself off guard sometimes. He's got 4 Colossus. I'm assuming there's... Yeah, there is charge. No blink. Okay, blink is not done just yet, but he's got another prism coming. If he fights this before the prism is out, it could actually be a little bit scary, too. 4th command center gets gets planted down. Vale not really too concerned with the fact that there's a pretty big Protoss army right over here. I guess he needs to dump his minerals one way or another. Huge supply block right now as well coming up here for the Terran player. Hello, Terran. 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 Terran's not making any depots. Luckily, Urano is a merciful god, and he kills a couple of his opponent's units to open up some supply again. So that's very considerate. Yeah, so he hasn't made any depots. Siege tank over here goes down. He's been losing a bunch of armies, so that kind of helps. Oh my god. Well, this is what the Colossi are looking for, though, right? They're not great against Marauders, though. Marauders actually stand tall and fight. Yeah, they're going to be able to kill most of the Colossi, and all of a sudden, Urano's army supply is plummeting. Apparently, the Protoss player is trying to run back home. Nebula over here is smelling another dead Colossus and loads up a couple of the bio units to try and chase it down. He will get it. In the meantime, gold base has been acquired, though, by Urano. But that 4th CC we saw a little while ago is now also done. Nebula never really made any additional workers, so he's essentially only got 2 base eco with 4 command centers. Because mules are pretty good. Still a good position for the Protoss player to be in, though. Yeah, eventually the command center finished up, so that gave him a whole lot of extra supply. Alright. I have noticed that this is the interesting part of this tournament so far, though. Whereas, like, a lot of pro gamers are usually over when one player gets a huge advantage. There's a lot of throws happening. We've seen a lot of players trying to throw, or not trying to throw, but they're throwing the game after being significantly ahead for quite some time. No, that's not it. That ain't it, Chief. No, don't, okay. At least he's gonna be able to get revenge right there on the missile turret guy. It's gotta be one person that doesn't notice, okay? If you look very closely, there's a guy in a missile turret. Are you seeing it? There's gotta be like one person that's never seen it before. I know there's an army marching across the map, but like, look at the missile turret guy. What I'm trying to get at is that missile turret should cost 1 supply, okay? Clearly. Ooh, okay, 2nd source of splash damage added into the mix. He does blink on top of a lot of these units, though. Massive EMP goes down as well by Nebula, who now shuts down a lot of this stuff. Planetary Fortress also having a grand old time. Here comes that bio army once again. Urano going for throw number 2. Ugh. Alright, does back off, but not without losing a tremendous amount of stuff. Yeah, Zerg units should also, or Zerg structures rather, should also all cost supply. They're all alive, guys. Anyways, here comes that bio force. Battery overcharge being utilized right away. Colossus should stay alive because of it. A couple of probes here also pulled away from their mineral lines. We're going to head on over towards the gold. A few zealots over here trying to get a little bit more work done. But all this time, Nebula has been at a low amount of eco. Like, finally, he's got workers over at the 3rd base, but that's because he's transferred, like, SCVs from the main base. If Nebula had a little bit more economy this game, I mean, he's lost a lot of workers, I guess, but if he rebuilt a little bit more, I think he would be in a fantastic spot. Urano currently sitting at 69 SCVs. It's pretty nice. Maybe he can build up a bit of a bigger army. I guess it's scary, though, because at this point, ghosts are being added into the mix, too. Did I call them SCVs? Oh, no. Embarrassing. Oh, God. Lowko made a mistake again. Keck W, LUL. Streamer made an oopsie. Calling a unit another unit. Does Lowko even play this game? Oh, my God. Alright. Bring Rushy back? Yeah, we need a professional. I need an adult. I don't know what the units are even called anymore at this point, dude. Good Marauders. They really don't care very much. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ooh. Couple High Templar trying to join their friends. Gonna say they don't really care too much about the Colossi. Oh, God. Did he just morph in the... Wait. Didn't these High Templar have energy? Or am I crazy? Did I just get EMP'd or something? Not 100% sure. Either way, Nebula right now, while being significantly behind for the majority of this game, pushes back this force. Just making more Marines and Marauders. Saves as much of the army as he can, but... Okay. Shield battery is in range right here of the Nexus. But it's also in a bit of a vulnerable spot. Okay. Well, does get it in a decent enough position. Once again, massive EMPs come up. Going down this ramp is scary, but honestly, most of this army is just Marauders. Yeah, there's 11 Marines out. But Marauders don't really care too much about the Colossus. Here comes the Prism once again. Let's try and not kill it, or let it be killed rather to a single missile turret this time around. There you go. There you go, that's it. Trying to make the best of this as well. There's a Prism with this army just floating around it. Guess it's meant for like pickup micro and all that. Zealots inside of the main base right now picking up some of the Terran's reinforcements, and once again we've got ourselves an excellent game number 1. Marauders trying to push through this. Okay. Mostly Stalkers remaining at this point. Gold base gets blown up. Zealots inside of the main base. Yorono is picking his opponent apart from inside of the main, but this is a ridiculously close match. If he can deal with the main army here of the Terran player, he's gonna be fine. He needs some High Templar. He's got one Colossi, but I think he needs a couple High Templar. Yeah, he warps in a few of them right now, but it's going to take some time before they accumulate enough energy. Even the production structures at this point get killed as Yorono is feeling ambitious over here instead of the main base. He warps in even more High Templar to go after the... No, he morphs these into Archons too? I don't think you want to do that. I think you try and save up energy at this point, right? Don't you? Oh, God, okay. I guess the Colossus is going to be the saving grace here and just the sheer amount of stuff. Problem is, Protoss is spread very thinly right now. He's got a decent amount of supply, but a lot of that supply is in the meantime on the side of the Terran player, whereas like the Terran has pretty much all of this army in one big ball. Okay, Zealots over here. Or no, Probes. Probes over here working on that as well. Alright. So this planetary fortress has been extremely helpful. A couple of the Zealots will drop out of it. Prism tries to stay alive, but it's not happening. At the same time right now, Yorono is pulling the boys. He doesn't have any minerals really left to mine anymore, so he is just going for one final all-in. Finally should be able to kill that planetary. That's nice. The question is, who wins this army? And I think High Templar are absolute key here, right? Here comes EMP number 1, blanketing most of these Stalkers. Another EMP gets rid of the Archon and then also that Colossus. And I think there might eventually just a little bit too much Terran, I think, maybe. That was very close. That was very close. It is going to be Nebula who eventually wins game number 1. But it felt to me like Yorono was winning that for like 80% of the match. Yeah, it's probably because of all that supply he saved on the missile turrets, right? Yeah, exactly. If missile turrets would have cost 1 supply, that would have changed everything. No, I actually do believe if he ended up warping in a couple High Templar there at the end, rather than morphing them into Archons and just, you know, have 4 Storms available during that battle, I mean, assuming he didn't get them EMP'd, I think that would have made all the difference. Either way, game number 2 is going to be Light Shade. Plus 5 seconds on missile turret build time. There you go. Yeah, Storm is really good. How far are we into the tournament? This is semifinals 2. So after this is the grand finals. Are there any Zerg players left? I'm not sure. No. No. There's no No more Zerg players left, obviously, because we already casted the other one. 2 Protosses and a Terran. Alrighty. So, game number 2. We're on Lightshade. I'm sure we get to sit back and just... Ooh, 12
Donation
pylon.
confirmed.
How often are you planning on doing this?
I'm not like entirely sure as far as the schedule goes, but I'm having a grand old time, so like we can definitely do these regularly if you guys are interested. What regularly exactly means, I'm gonna have to think about for a little bit, but this definitely is a fun way of spending a Saturday. Yeah, but like maybe once a month is a bit much, but we can definitely do them like, you know, every once in a while. Like, yeah. Quarterly would be totally reasonable, yeah. But we can definitely also mix it up, right? And like have different kinds of rules. Weekly? Weekly is a lot. Solo casting especially is a little bit rough on your voice. I know it's one of the things that Wardy has mentioned many, many times before, but yeah. We can do 2v2s. I don't know how many 2v2 teams would sign up, but... Hello. What's this? There's a lack of a second pylon inside of the main base. Nebula. He's gonna get across. He'll see that something is not quite right. Alright. Cybercore just about to finish. It's gonna be a Stargate, isn't it? There it is. Void Ray Cheese in this particular matchup is very strong. It is counterable, but only if you watch the Euthermal video on it. I know that Terran players always talk about the Euthermal video that explains how to deal with this this particular build order, if he's going to go for the shield battery follow-up as well. Veil is scouting around. Normally it gets planted a little bit closer to this ramp. So usually it's followed up with like shield batteries. But maybe... Yeah, he needs to be a little bit careful. I guess he needs to try and keep this probe alive. Okay, yep. There's shield battery number 1. Void Ray number 1. So the nasty part about this build is that once you get enough Void Rays out, you can transition as well towards, for example, Tempest. And Tempests are really scary. So Tempest is when the game becomes absolutely terrifying for Terran. Because, like, if you get 3 of them, you can one-shot Vikings, you can one-shot, what are they called? Like Cyclones. You can one-shot all of the things that Terrans basically make to try and get rid of these Void Rays. It's just difficult to pull off. It's one of those builds that requires a specific approach to deal with. Wait, is it 5? No. Is it 5? Pretty sure it's... I've played this build a little bit myself. It was good. Are you sure? Either way, we'll see if it gets to that stage in the game. Yeah, it's 5 to 1-shot queens, but that's different though. Either way, this is where the Void Rays start working on some of the structures. And it's very tricky because they can back off to the safety of the shield batteries every time. So with good control, these units shouldn't really go down. Now, apparently the tech lab is going to be added on here as well. And this is where you do have a little bit of RNG in StarCraft. Oh. So the way that this tech lab spawns on this side of the map. Yep. The way that the tech lab spawns on this side of the map is in the direction of where the cheese comes from. Whereas if you do it on the other side, the tech lab still spawns on the right side of the structure. And it's much less exposed. It's 4, Loco. The exact number is 4. All right. There we go. So that does mean we're going to go into game number 3. It's going to be on Oxide. Fastest game today? Probably not, but it is 4. There you go. It's weird that StarCraft 2 never allowed you to choose building the add-on site. I agree, yeah. I mean, it's not really huge for most of the games, but it is definitely a problem you can run into sometimes. On some maps, you just get a little bit unlucky. Juicy Joe asks, Lowko, do you like pineapple on pizza? Guys, we have a no politics rule on this channel. No politics, no religion, okay? Pineapple on pizza. Is that politics? Yeah, of course it's politics, man. What are you talking about? How's that politics, Lowko? That's like asking Twitch chat, what's the best starter Pokemon? Like, you just... No. You can't. Am I drinking from a BlizzCon mug? I am, yeah. Remember BlizzCon, guys? Do you think they're gonna do a new BlizzCon? It's gonna be real awkward this time. If they do a new one. I don't know if they have enough pins on their shirts. They need a lot of pins. Plant Guy is the best Pokemon? What do you mean, Plant Guy? Bulbasaur? Don't come at me, by the way, with, like, Generation 7 Pokemon. Like, that is... No. Nobody even knows what those Pokemon are, okay? Wasn't there, like, a literal trash bag Pokemon? Like, at this point, I don't know what to tell you, man. They've really run out of ideas. Look, would you rather eat pineapple on pizza or play a game of League of Legends? This is the worst would you rather ever. I don't really mind either of those two things, Grimdy. It's like, Lowko, would you rather stick your hand in the fire or eat a piece of pineapple on a pizza? It's like, yeah, no, sorry, controversial, but I'll eat, you know, the pizza. Like, yeah. Crazy. I know. All right, guys. Winner of this particular game right here is gonna go into the finals. Urano with the cheeky little peace offering right here as well, plus that rally. He's bringing his opponent 5 minerals. He's like, sir, please, diplomacy. Will you accept my alliance in exchange for 5 minerals that I have in my Protoss beak? I don't know. Do Protoss probes have beaks? I'm not sure. It's like a peace treaty. He keeps on dropping the salt everywhere. So we have a cheeky little start right here with a gateway on the other side of the map. If it's going to be a single gas into a low ground CC, this can become a bit of a problem. That being said, Nebula.
Command center upgrade.
Nebula?
New subscriber
Did he?
detected.
Oh, he checked the main base. He checked the top of the ramp. I was going to say, did the man just magically figure out what to do? I guess he's been max specs one too many times. Yo, thank you, Mr. Ozzy, for the 10 community subs. I appreciate you, dude. Hello, 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 hello! Oh my god, no! I mean, it's fine, but, like, that's... You don't really want it to do, right? It's good to, like, kill the zealots and stuff. Killing the zealots is helpful. Either way, eventually, this should be okay. But I think as Protoss right now... Oh, he goes for the Twilight. Okay, he's not done yet. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you go for the... Okay. Thank you so much, though, Mr. Ozzy, for the 10 community subs. Yeah, so the main issue, right, as to why you don't want to lose that Reaper is because it's good to use against the Zealots until the Stalker is out, but he also has absolutely no idea what the Protoss is now going to do. He can't scout. He can't figure out what's happening. He can't know if it's a Twilight Council follow-up or an expansion. And in this case, it's going to be a Twilight. Well, kills a bunch of the SCVs here. Tries to micro these units to the best of his abilities. One of the Zealots apparently caught in the O Army hotkey fire as well. Okay. Jimmy over here guns him down. Get off my lawn, he shouted. It's a Stalker, Lester. Big attack of Protoss. That's my best American accent. I tried. There's the Dank Shrine, guys. And this is usually where that Reaper comes in, right? You have the little Reaper going bloop, bloop. And then you check and you're like, oh, It's Dark Templar. I should probably get some detection. At this point, Terran doesn't know. He does have one scan available, I guess. But, no, he doesn't. Hell yeah, brother. I tried. Oh, my best American accent. Years of practice. A little bit risky to chase that one down. High ground vision here and chase. Oh, God. In favor of the Terran. But here come the Templar. The ninjas. Slicing up the Marines. At least it's a quick and easy way to die. My God, look at him. Ay, 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 ay. Look at him. Poor guys. It's a little brutal, isn't it? Either way, Dark Templar going to the main base. The final bit of energy has been used up on the command center, although he does have enough for one scan right now. The problem is, he's got one scan, right? And, yeah, there's more than one Dark Templar. He does have a missile turret coming up, which is nice because it's you know, gotta provide him detection. The problem is that he's losing so much here in the process. GG is cold. And with that, it's gonna be Eurono that moves on to the grand finals. GG's. Well done. He played a legit macro game in game number 1. And he's like, you know what? Didn't Marine Lord say I had the easier tools? Let me plant a couple structures on the other side of the map, see how it goes. And it went pretty well. Yeah. It went pretty well. Alrighty, guys. That means we have our finals. Inter versus Eurono. Alright, we're doing a 5-minute break, and Drone Rush will host the finals. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. We've had a good set of games, though, right? Like, overall, I was a little bit concerned it was going to be very one-sided, but we've had some good games in general. So, the grand finals is going to be best of 5. It's pretty good. Mahogany says, Lowko, I'm so proud of my cheeser. Yep. That was a bit of a dirty series right there, Mahogany, but a win is a win, huh? Lowko, will there be a prize for best game of the tournament? Red Flash, how come you ask? The round of applause will, or the round of applause will be your reward. There it is. For Red Flash and Valharnin. And stop. Good. Lowko, that's what I taught him. You taught him to cheese, Mahogany? Very nice. Alrighty, guys. I have been put into a lobby with these two legends. The finals of the tournament. Let me ask if they are ready to go. Inter's ready. Eurono. Checking up on the freshest of cheeses. He's like, alright. I've done the Stargate proxy. I've done the gateway on the other side of the map. Now it's a Protoss versus Protoss. What if he does it to me? Oh, what do I do? Alright, he's figured it out, chat. We can go into the first game. Alrighty. Here we go, team. The grand finals of the very first viewer tournament. I want to give a huge shout out to every single one of you that decided to watch this. Because it's good to see that the viewer count has been very high today. At least that usually is an indication a lot of you have been enjoying it. Also, obviously, massive shout out to the participants. The fact that, yeah, we had that many signups. And even though I haven't really promoted it that much, the fact that we had that many signups is really cool. So thank you for being here and being part of this. Either way, it's time for the grand finals. It's a Protoss versus Protoss. Did they just have the better tools all along, chat? Or is it coincidence? Oh, God. He's figured it out, boys. After the Gateway proxy and the Stargate proxy, he's decided what to build. Spawning in the top right-hand corner with the blue Protoss probes, we have Inter and his opponent with the red Protoss pieces. We're looking at Eurono's main nexus. Now, Eurono is building a forge. Eurono already going for as much shenanigans as possible. Tries to wall himself in right here behind the back of the opponent's natural expo. He's gonna need some sort of high ground vision. There you go. Otherwise, getting anything done here is kind of tricky. He's planning on obviously building photon cannons over here inside of his opponent's main base, and Inter is in a little bit of trouble, chat. He's gonna be able to get rid of this pylon if he keeps attacking it, but the problem is that getting rid of that pylon is definitely not enough. There's another photon cannon coming up. This one will be easily killed, but obviously this gives enough time. Eventually, these on the low ground will finish up. Okay, loses the one pylon over here. In the meantime, one probe is scouting towards the other side of the map. Maybe thinking about some sort of follow-up. The problem is that at this point, there's not even a cybernetics core taken anywhere. Gateway comes up here for Eurono. Cybercore eventually comes down too, but in range of that... Oh, I don't like it, chat. No, I don't like it. That is in range of that photon... Like, Oh, well, it's even in range of the freaking pylon. Though I actually think killing the Cybercore is probably superior here. Yeah, he starts up another Cybercore on the other side of the map. I think that this was meant for like a proxy, I don't know, proxy whatever. Doesn't really matter too much. Probably a Stargate, but... The problem is, if you lose the Stargate... What are you gonna do? Or sorry, what if you lose the main base router? What are you gonna do? Okay, so Inter has decided that his probes deserve a new home. Obviously, he does have the recall ability, but it's still going to be quite some time until that Nexus finishes up, and these probes in the main base are going to be in some trouble. Unless he kills literally everything with the Void Rays, he's going to be in a rough spot. Inter should definitely try and save as many of the workers as possible, though, so he can recall them. I think what he's doing right now is a little bit too much. He's losing quite a few of these probes right now. I guess not mining either is not a great idea. Stalker comes up at home in the meantime for Eurono. He knows that his opponent snuck out a worker somewhere, so he's got a shield battery coming. He's already planted down the salt. Mahogany, are you seeing this? Your son cheesing 3 games in a row. Are you still proud of him? Like, where do you draw the line is what I'm trying to say, you know? At what point are you like, you know what? Yeah, what's that moment? How many games does he have to cheese? Alright, he starts working right here on the pylon. Void Ray is out. 2 Stalkers in total. No food tonight, but yeah, he's still, yeah, it's good. The answer is yes, Loco. There you go. You know what? Since the probes have been recalled towards this new base, and Eurono is not able to deal with these Void Rays right now, this is becoming a bit of an issue, chat. Cybernetics Core has not finished up the research either, so, oh my, no. Okay, there's the battery overcharge. Keeps the one Void Ray alive. Very nicely done. He really needs to power that Cybercore. Like, powering that Cybercore is kind of critical. Eurono, why so dirty, man? Okay, here comes the battery. Or, sorry, not the battery. Prismatic alignment once again, but I think a Void Ray for a Stalker is not the trait that Inter is looking for. GG is cold. And game number 1 goes in favor of Eurono. Very dirty. Very dirty. But you know what, chat? It's Protoss versus Protoss. If there's 2 Protosses in one game, the odds of one of them cheesing is rather high. You know what I'm getting at? Yeah, I should have withdrawn the Void Rays with the super battery, 100%. No, obviously, it's all fair game. Patched up and good to go, sir, says Eurono. Eurono previously was just saying, ready. Ready. All of a sudden, he's becoming a little bit more, you know, a little bit more excited. Patched up and good to go, sir. Inter is like, nope, not having any of this. Game number 2 is going to be on Light Shade. People say Zork is dirty. One thing I've learned from playing years of StarCraft 2 is that the grass is always greener on the other side, guys. You know what sucks? Like, whatever faction you decide to play, whatever race you pick up in StarCraft 2, the other two races are always going to be OP. It's so shitty, man. Like, you pick up Zerg, Terran and Protoss, OP. You pick up Terran, Protoss and Zerg, OP. You pick up Protoss, Zerg and Terran. Oh my god, can never win, dude. Anyways, let me fix it real quick. It is indeed going to be a best of 5. What happens if you pick random Lowko? That's a good point, chat. You beat the system. Gateway? Boo. Okay, fine. Fine. Gateway on both sides of the map. One gas acquired. Second gas also being acquired.
Donation accepted.
Yo, thank you. JHS says, our Inter can win. I think his macro is a bit better, but I'm not completely sure. Urano had some very stellar macro, actually, in that game on Blackburn that we saw in the semis. He just accidentally threw that game twice. Which, yeah, ended up costing him. And then he's like, you know what? Screw honorable macro toss. They've seen it. They know what I can do. They will never underestimate my power ever again. Anyways, I think this game might be a little bit more standard. Both players planting their second pylon inside of the main base. Which is quite important in PvP. That second pylon can go anywhere. You can, like, put it somewhere on the map as well and make your opponent think it's cheese, which is also very popular. Then you can sometimes safely expand behind it. Either way, Protoss versus Protoss and mirror matchups in general in StarCraft 2 are very tricky. If you lose any units in the early game, it can all become a disaster. 4 Stalkers here in total. Warp Gate Research identical as well. We'll see where this is going to go. Inter decides to block his opponent for a little bit, forcing these Stalkers to stay in here for a second. Is he going to go into more Stalkers? No, he's going to go into a Sentry, whereas on the other side of the map, well, there's no Chrono used. We'll see what he decides to go for. Urano here being a little bit annoying too. Inter already planted down one of the pylons on the low ground. Pylon over here comes up as well. I think both of them are looking to expand. I do think the Sentry follow-up is real nice. So this is actually one of the most impactful changes they've made at some point to StarCraft 2. Making the hallucination energy cheaper. So I believe it was 100 energy once upon a time. And right now you can scout out your opponent much easier than you could back then. And it's really made PvP quite a bit better. Even though it sounds kind of small. You don't have to like go for a Stargate or a Robo anymore to go for early scouts. You can just stick around on the Gateway Tech for a little while longer. Robotics facility, though, is coming up right now in the back of Inter's main base. Twilight Council here in the meantime for Urano. Okay. It's the rock, paper, scissors of Protoss versus Protoss. Twilight is a follow-up here as well for Inter. Oh, you had to research hallucination? In Brood War you do still, right? I think so. Was that ever in StarCraft 2 that you had to research hallucination? I mean, it's a good spell, but it's definitely not that good. Anyways, at this point, Urano right here scouts out exactly what the opponent is going for. In Wings of Liberty, you had to. Cool. It was a research into Cyber Core. I don't even remember that in Wings of Liberty, but I'm not too surprised. Okay, so Blink has a follow-up here from Urano. Both players sending hallucinations towards the other side of the map to scout out exactly what's happening. This is what I'm talking about. Basically, this would show up a half minute later, and you can just accidentally be caught off guard. Blink on both sides of the map, though. So we have a nice little macro game here in game 2. Yeah, the Kyderian Amulet, I brought it up earlier today as well. Kyderian Amulet was definitely another insane research that Protoss had. But that's a big difference, though. With Chimerian Amulet, they just straight up removed it because it was too strong. With Hallucination, they just gave it to you for free. It's a big difference. Lowko is casting and releasing YouTube videos at the same time. Oh, I did schedule today's YouTube video to go live right now, yeah. Look at me, cannibalizing my own YouTube views. Wow. Professional content creator. So the Chimerian Amulet was a research that you could get inside of the Templar archives. And basically it allowed you to spawn a High Templar. So you warp in a High Templar and it instantly had enough energy for Psionic Storm. So basically you're like, oh no, Hydras are coming to my base. Warp in, storm, 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 storm. And yeah, that was a thing. Look at this cheeky little observer. Oh no, anyway. Dark Nexus, acquired on both sides of the map. Eurono is using his spray ability on cooldown, okay? Very important. Because it's intimidation. That's why it's important. I wouldn't be surprised at this point if the man brings along a couple of probes as well, just to spray it inside of his opponent's base. Force field. Nice little bit of micro here. One sentry ends up going down. Second sentry also running down. Yeah, 3 sentries. Okay. That makes it a little bit less good. For Eurono, that is. Good for Inter, obviously. Losing sentries is kind of like losing, like, Medivacs. You don't really want to lose them. Or like losing a queen, you know? They're not units you really want to have to replace. Anyways. One of my favorite things to watch in StarCraft 2 is watching people below the pro level blink Stalker and Disruptor. It's one of the most difficult things to do in StarCraft 2, and I have blown up my own units many times. I fully expect one of the Purification Novas to go, you know, on top of all the blue Stalkers here, but yeah. That would be fun for us. Not for Inter, but like for us. That would be kind of cool. Anyways. Prison comes up for Eurono. He's going for a Stalker-based army instead. Like, well, how memey is it that the finals is PvP? Guys, now that the game is finally perfectly balanced, it turns out Protoss players were just better all this time. And that's the fact of the matter. That's just how that works. Checkmate, atheists. There's a lot of great memes, dude. We can make lots of memes, yeah. The fact of the meta. Ooh, I like it. All right. Hello. Underscore. Underscore. Oh, he even picked up Perry the probe. Perry died. Can't believe it. Lowko, can you make this the joke about the zealot? What do you call a zealot that's been smoking weed? A High Templar. Ah! Never heard that one before. Guys, why did the Colossus fall over? Because it was imbalanced. Oh, God. Okay. Good dodges so far here by Eurono. Oh, okay. This is also an option. Rallying in with the all army hotkey. Ah, very good dodges. Lowko, please stop. What did Tosh say to the evil Zelnaga? Amon. Okay, blinks on top of the Disruptor. Second Disruptor gets targeted as well. Oh my God! Second Disruptor got targeted down as well, but number 3 and 4 didn't. No, no. Last time I checked, they sure didn't. Those were some of the juiciest connections you could hope for. All right. Inter. He's not, like, messing around anymore. No fourth Nexus for him, though. Oh, no! That's what I was saying, bro! Oh, no! Oh. Well, that's one way of getting back in the game. Not the one I would have chosen personally, but... Obviously, for these players, it's probably also the first time that, you know, they're not just playing from the comfort of their homes. They know there's like 1,000 nerds breathing down their necks live. Which, yeah, makes it a bit of a trickier game to play. Inter had to try real hard, but he managed to, like, hit himself in the nuts. He's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. He's like, no, don't do it. He's like, I'm gonna do it. And at some point, he did it. And you ask yourselves why. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not sure. Anyways, we don't kink shame around here. If this is what he likes, you know. Anyways, I think you want to keep this one alive. Eurono, I don't think you want to kill the disruptors, man. I think you want to keep them up. Just keep them floating. Don't even snipe them, man. If they're for free, just back off. Yeah, there you go. All right, backing off. These immortals are having a great time, though. Two more disruptors are going to join the fray. Colossus has also been added on. Thank you very much, Keo, for the support. Yeah, they've also been playing for 6 hours. That's very true as well. Oh, God. Yeah, they've also been playing for 6 hours, which is definitely not to be underestimated either.
Almost 1 year, Carl Smile.
Thank you very much, Muck. 23. Carl Smile? Using other streamers' emojis? Wow. Oh, God, here he goes. Good hit right there. Nicely done by Inter. Inter, even though he was close to throwing this game, is getting back into a position where he's taken the supply lead. Very significantly so. Got a feeling that this is also, mentally speaking, a very important one, right? Because if Inter probably would have lost this one, or maybe he's still going to lose it. Nah. If he would have lost this one, he'd be 2-0 behind after blowing up his own army. That would have been rough. 1-1. 1-1. Game 3. We're on Oxide. Alrighty. Game number 3. We find ourselves on Oxide. Oxidae. Oxidae. When a map is around for so long, you gotta make it interesting by just mispronouncing it on purpose. What does the ox say? Okay, sorry. I'm done. I'm done. I've been casting for a while too, okay?
New subscriber.
Yo, Argyle, thank you so much as well for gifting 10 community subs. Ay, 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 ay. Appreciate it, guys. Good morning, he says. Argyle, it's 8 p.m. Maybe it's 7 p.m. where you're at. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe 6 p.m. I'm not sure. But, like, either way, it's not morning. Morning is when you wake up. That's just how it works, yeah. Hey, thank you so much, man. It's 11 a.m. in America, Loco. Okay, sorry. It is 8 p.m. over here. Yeah.
New subscriber detected.
Oh my God, we get another hype train? Haven't we already had a hype train today, chat? Thank you, Barnacle Bob, for gifting 5 community subs. Oh, dude, now we have gone all the way around the globe. Aaron says it's 4:13 a.m. in Australia. Anyways, guys, even though we had a relatively normal game in game number 2 on Lightshade, this one is apparently a little bit different. Inter has gone for a pylon at home as well. But I'm assuming Eurono... Ooh, he didn't even see it. Okay. I was going to say, I'm assuming Eurono picked up on that. The fact that it was late. So now he's going to scout.
New subscriber.
He should find it. No, Eurono. Ugh. I think you do want to check out for it. Anyway. It's going to be a robo facility proxy. Thank you guys so much, by the way. Holy, we have a lot of support coming in. I will thank everyone properly after this game, okay? I all of a sudden notice there's another crazy hype train happening. Robo facility also defensively right here for Eurono. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit later, right? But batteries are real good. Especially on a map like this, like Oxide. You have like the ramp to worry about, right? Which makes this like a little bit awkward.
New subscriber detected.
All right. Here's the robo facility chrono boosting out an immortal. Eurono should do the same thing. If he goes for an observer first, that might make it a little bit tricky. Okay. Hello. 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 He doesn't have money. Okay, he goes Prism first. Prism could also work, but it's very tricky. All right. Here's Immortal. Number uno. There it is. Shield batteries over at the front as well, so Inter can fall back to the safety of those. This pylon is looking mighty juicy. Oh, no. Well, that's bad. That's really bad.
New subscriber.
That's really bad. Yeah, yeah. Guys, I don't know if I already said it, but, like, it's quite bad. He decides to target fire down the warp gate by itself, or the warp gate research, rather. Okay, now he finds out about the shield batteries here, too.
Donation confirmed.
Eurono was starting to feel a little bit too confident. Okay, GG is cold, and that means we're going to game 4. 4. All right.
New subscriber detected.
Quick one. Which can happen with PvP. Well played right there. Yeah, it's tricky. It's very tricky to hold that sort of push if you don't see it. Like basically what you want to do is you want to pick up on the fact that something is weird inside of the opponent's main base, and then you want to scout around for the proxies, right? So you can know what's coming. But instead he saw that something was weird inside of the opponent's main base, and he was like, "Yep, I'm gonna play normal," or like normal-ish, and it makes it a bit tricky. 2-1 for Inter, right? Yes. Alrighty, guys. Here we go. Our next game is on 2,000 atmospheres. Ay. We've had a lot of support here. Apparently it's not done yet. Thanks again, Sheriff. And there's a couple more notifications that are coming up during this particular game, chat. There's a bit of a backlog. Thanks. Alright, so I've got a feeling that Eurono's probably not too happy about the current situation, right? He's won most of his games
Donation
by
confirmed.
cheesing. And I wonder if he's feeling it again. That being said, I've been really impressed by his macro game, though. So I wouldn't mind if he does a little bit more of that as well.
New subscriber detected.
No low ground expos in this particular series, early on at the very least, like no single gateway shenanigans. Identical builds, of course, so far. Nothing all too surprising. Although Eurono is saturating the gases a little bit quicker. We'll see. Hey, thank you to Panda Man
New
for the 7
subscriber
months.
detected.
Thank you, Control X.
Great tournament.
Thank you, Hallie. They get Control X as well for the 11 months. And then James dropping the 10 community
New
subs.
subscriber detected.
Which is super generous. Thank you. And then we had Neki with a tier 1 sub too. Ay, 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 ay.
New subscriber
Oh.
detected.
Wait, so...
Me when him loco.
Oh! Eurono is playing with fire. So Eurono snuck out a probe and is proxying on the other side of the map.
New
He
subscriber
showed his opponent a
detected.
second pylon inside of the main base, but then cancelled it while the probe was still around. It doesn't get much more dangerous than that. Inter at this point probably assumes that everything is A-okay and that he doesn't have to worry about anything. He can still scout though. As a matter of fact, I think you should still scout with the Stalkers if you have them. Especially if you're going to wait on the high ground. There's no reason to poke up over on that high ground. Either way, should be an immortal. There it is. Very cheeky. Careful though, Eurono. Hello. Okay, good. Important pullback there. So one probe all of a sudden randomly came from the left side.
New subscriber
He scouts at this
detected.
point, sees the shield battery. Inter has no idea. So Inter in the meantime, by the way, is not teching up. He's going for the Expo instead, which is a little bit of a problem. Here's Immortal. Number uno. This is a problem.
New
Yep.
subscriber detected.
Oh, look. A prime number.
Thank you, Zapuncho, for the 17. Probes are pulled away as well. Could definitely go. You could definitely go for the Prism as a follow-up. Oof. I think Inter is starting to feel the nerves a little bit here too. Accidentally force fields here. Probably meant to select a worker and make one of those shield batteries instead. Second Immortal though is gonna pop very soon, and I don't really see exactly what Inter has got against those units. We're getting to the point where everything can be two-shot by just the Immortals alone. And Immortals obviously have a ton of health too. We even have a Twilight Council at home. I think just warping in more units is probably not a bad idea, or an extra gateway over in this area. Either way, if Inter can stabilize here, obviously he does have the natural expansion. It's just that I don't see how he's ever going to beat this army. That means we're actually going to game number 5. We're actually going to the final game of the tournament. That's always good. That is always exciting. All right, guys. Who are you cheering for? Who do you think? Inter or Eurono? Inter, Eurono, Inter. It's about a 50-50. Inter the arena. There you go. So, most of the wins that we have seen from Eurono were cheese, right? And this was a scary cheese to pull off. Like, he had that pylon in the main base while the probe was still there, and he canceled it. Ay, 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 ay. Loco, I put 51,000 Lennies on Eurono, so I hope he wins. Okay. Could there be a better map number 5? We're on frickin' Beckett Industries. Beckett Industries is a cheeky map. Alrighty, guys. So spotting here in the top right-hand corner of the final match of today's tournament. Playing with the blue Protoss probes, we have Eurono. Finding most of his success playing very cheeky games. We'll see what he decides to go for here on Beckett, because this is a pretty good map for cheese. Now, the funny part is that pretty much all the ladder Protoss out there veto Beckett Industries because it's bad for PvT, but also bad for PvZ. So, like, this is not... Like, I don't even know how many games they've played on this map. Anyways, his opponent accidentally blowing up half his own army earlier today, but still squeezing out a victory. We're looking at Inter. Or Inter Sinam, I suppose. Oh, God. Oh, God. Eurono has made his weapon of choice. He's going for the Forge. Okay, already. Inter is scouting for this. Peace Offering has been mined over in the natural expansion, but here's the wall-off being completed. Good guy Eurono allows his opponent to, you know, easily wall this area of the map off. Pylon comes up here for Inter as well. He could go for his own photons here as a follow-up, which is not a bad idea. Either way, first photon cannon is going to be building right over here. Even built a gateway here as well, just to try and prevent this from being an issue. Probe snuck through, though, and this is actually really critical. Yorono needs that high ground vision. Is this the way this tournament's gonna be decided? Is First the Protoss versus Protoss finals, now this. Mahogany, what are your thoughts? Mahogany was so excited that his son was playing in the grand finals. I think Yorono has done it. I wonder who's more excited, Mahogany or Yorono? Well, it's not game over yet, Chet. There's a proxy cybernetics. There's a proxy cybernetic score. So, I mean, there is a chance. You know what? There is, if he can, like, once again, go for the Void Rays and everything else, right? It's fine. If Yorono goes and sticks around on photon cannons for the rest of the game, that could be a problem. Obviously, he can still recall workers, too. So he's probably going to go Nexus. Much quicker this time around than last time. I like it. It's just that Yorono really does need to start transitioning as well. Like, you cannot stick around on this for too long. Building a gateway over here is nice for the memes, but I do think he actually is going to need a little bit more than this. Okay, so he is scouting around with workers. Probe in the top left-hand corner has not been found, but the one over here has been. Stargate at this point is spotted. And you know what, guys? This is not game over yet. He decides to cannon rush this area of the map, which is fair enough. Wait, did he just cancel this? Oh, God. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. He just canceled the Stargate to put it down in another position, trying to lock that probe in there. Nexus over here will be killed. Recall is soon going to be available, though, here. Oh, Intercal's GG, and with that, it is going to be Yorono that wins the very first viewer tournament. 3-2 in the grand finals. If I could see a huge round of clappers for Yorono with his dirty build orders. Honorable macro Protoss. I do actually think Yorono is probably an honorable macro Protoss in most of his games. But the games where he gave that a try today, it didn't happen very well now, did it? It didn't work out so hot. Mr. Aussie also drops 50 community subs. Are you kidding me right now? That's insane, man. That's absolutely ridiculous. Thanks. Thank you so much. Whew. Time for Lowko to get a new fridge. I don't need a new fridge, guys. That was Rushy. Rushy needed a new fridge, not me. My fridge is fine. What about a new lamp, Lowko? No, I'm do I have to get a microwave? I do need a microwave. Yeah. I need a new cat. I do need a new cat. Hey, 6 series though here, man. Some fun games for sure. Some ups and downs. Congratulations once again, Yorono, for winning this event. Now, obviously, huge shout out as well to everyone else who decided to sign up for this. We had plenty of participants, a lot of people watching, and obviously also a couple of moderators that basically organized all of this behind the scenes. The way this has worked on my end, guys, is that like I literally sit here on this screen, and then I get a party invite and I click accept. Which is very useful because, I don't know, if I'm also trying to manage the event at the same time, I know it's going to be very messy. So huge shout out as well to Drone Rush, Fluffy Waffle, and Nuka Fish who have been helping me out today. I've been having an absolute blast. It's been a lot of fun. My voice is a little bit scratchy at this point, but yeah, really cool. Even though Fluffy decided to like sneak his nephew into, no, I'm just. Lowko gets salty to watch Protoss. Everyone gets salty from time to time, chat. There's no such thing as not getting salty and being competitive. Like, yeah, the nature of competition is that you're trying to, like, you know, win, right? And, yeah, everyone gets salty from time to time. It is what it is. Also, obviously, even though he's not here, massive shout out to Mr. Rushy for joining me for, like, the first, I don't know, 4 hours or so today. Probably a little bit more than that. Really cool to, yeah, also have him join me for a couple of the games, because otherwise I'm pretty sure it's gonna be tricky for me to cast all of it by myself. As a matter of fact, I don't think I could actually solo cast for 6 hours. Pretty sure that's gonna kill my voice. Or at least it's not a great idea. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for the insane generosity today. Thank you so much for the bits, the subs, the donations, and everything else. The support today has been absolutely ridiculous. For now, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Don't forget to smile. I'll see you once again on Monday for another stream. Take care, guys.